Hello, everybody. We are now live for our Mugs September 2021 meeting. Welcome.
Woohoo!
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
We've got a couple of new faces and a couple of returning faces. Do we want to say hello to everyone and introduce yourselves?
In what order?
Yeah.
Someone can go first.
Let's go.
Adam. I'm a new person, so nice to meet everybody.
Hi, Adam. Lovely to meet you. I'm
Hey,
Fleur.
Adam.
I'm only here for a few minutes today, so apologies for that, everyone. But wanting to say a quick hello. And if anyone's on Instagram, please enter my mock competition, which is musical theatre themed, because that's fun.
Musical
Definitely
theatre.
join I am there.
Yeah, if I had the bricks, I'd enter, Fleur. All I've got is the brains. So
You could always use Studio.
Yeah.
I still can't get Studio on my MacBook. I think it's just it just won't allow for certain apps or something, for certain third-party apps. So
Okay.
I don't know how I'm gonna.
You need to go into the security settings. So if you go to Apple System Preferences and go to Security and Privacy, and then you have to enable certain app developers to allow access to it.
Yeah, and is that in automation or where's that in?
So once you try and open once you try and open the application, it will show up.
We'll see. Okay, yeah. Well, I'll download it one more time and see how we go. Yeah.
Yeah. I have 3 people in the background: Travis, Belinda, and Ian. Hello. We have 6 people on screen at the moment, so I can't swap you in at the moment.
Wait, I'll go because I can only do the quickest hello anyway, so I'll go. But I miss you guys heaps, and I hope that we get to be in person soon. I miss you.
Okay.
I miss you too,
musical
Fleur.
theatre competition
Nice to
on
see you, Fleur.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think I'll drop out too, so I can just get started and get started on my build. And then once I'm actually a little bit further in, I'll
Put in
rejoin.
the private chat or just wave and hello. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Travis.
Hello.
Hi,
I
Belinda.
do exist. I am alive.
Hi.
Hey, Travis.
Hi.
Hey. How are we?
How
all?
is it on this lockdown Sunday?
These 4 walls are killing
Alive?
me.
Alive? Just alive?
Yeah.
Barely.
Fair enough.
But my crop is
Alive
still
and attempting
always good fun.
technique.
Attempting technique. What are you building?
It was my son's 7th birthday yesterday, and one of the things he got was this because he wanted a set with motors.
Ah,
So now we have to build it.
shouldn't he be building it?
Excellent.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Like you're-
Eric, should you be building it?
Daddy's building it.
Yeah. So I've been told I'm building it.
Leaving it to the Lego Pro.
This is a test. This is a test build, right? To see that it's appropriate.
Ah,
It's a test build because he has declared that at some point in the as yet to be specified future, we will be building GBCs,
okay.
and so we have to understand Technic and motors
Okay.
because we are going down this path.
Good luck.
Excellent.
This is not my chosen path, but I will travel this path with him.
It's a dark
Gladly
path,
and
I don't
willing.
mind
Rowan
telling you.
will love that.
It's a dark path. There's many hours of frustration down this path. I'm sensing this. This is what I am sensing.
Absolutely.
Nice.
However,
to-
I feel in this community there are people who have traveled this path and can share their wisdom.
Oh yeah.
But right now we're just building the sets and learning.
So some of those watching may recognize this part. There was a Partsies, the last Partsies thing we did.
Yes.
I think Katie was asking, what the hell am I going to do with all these parts? There's your answer.
Isn't that the Mario base plates?
That is the Mario base
That's-
plate.
That's the start of an answer, Travis. So you've put them together. What's the rest of the answer? Oh,
That's the rest of the answer.
That's inventive.
So that's why I was
Nice.
hoarding them, because that's a cheap and easy way to do Micropolis.
That's pretty cool. I'll give you that.
Nice, very nice.
So there is a purpose.
Yeah,
So
nice.
now I think I might be pushing up the price of Mario bases. Whoops, wasn't my intention. I apologize.
Grab them now while they're cheap on Bricklink. Is that the?
Before Travis has bought them all, I do have a box of them kicking around here because, you know, they're like, oh, someone's got them for 20 cents each. I'll just buy 100 of them. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
You also need 1x2 clear plates to make that work properly too. So
Yep.
I do have a bag of about 2,000 of those that I got from Denmark, which took 2 months to arrive. But, you know, thanks pandemic. But for those who
Everything
do want to
takes-
get into Micropolis,
2 months to arrive.
I
at the
do
moment.
recommend. Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. For those who do want to get in Micropolis, I do recommend getting some architecture sets because they have lots of good stuff for you.
I
So I'm go-
have been just opening the event calendars, and spoilers if anyone hasn't done it. I did the Avengers one, and I was thinking some of the event calendar builds could be potentially
Oh yeah,
Micropolis.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they've got
Well,
like
that's
little
nice.
buildings and stuff. Like there's a helicarrier in the Avengers one. I won't show it on screen for spoilers' sake, but I thought some of those buildings or vehicles might be quite a good idea for Micropolis.
Another
Yeah.
thing that's good for Micropolis, because if you do get a chance to get it for a decent price, I do recommend getting the Tokyo Cityscape because it's got some nice parts in it. But
Yep.
I have to here say that video and dots are fantastic because they allow you to do buildings like this.
Nice.
You do like cityscapes with
No
billboard
spoilers.
advertising.
For anyone on
Yeah.
the stream who has entered the Micropolis competition, it's meant to be anonymous, so you're not meant to show off
I
what you've been
apologize.
doing.
Yes. Yep.
so
So proud of what I did though. So
one
proud.
of the entries is not going to be anonymous. So that's
Yeah, I apologize.
Yep.
There you go. Yes, one of them's not anonymous because I was so proud to finally build a mock.
Pay no attention. I'm actually pleased we got some entries, so that's good.
yes.
Unlike last month.
I
Last
would,
month.
but
Oh, well,
I don't really have the
can I
capability to parts.
Wait,
You
I
can
show
always
my
do
entry
something.
from last month?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Can I show my entry from last month?
Absolutely. Please do.
I'll go get it because there's something cool I want to show off with.
Okay, no worries. Belinda, are you building anything today?
I am actually. I bought this set because of the price and for parts. So I
Monkey
thought
Kid.
I'd build it. Thought I'd build it before I stick it in amongst all my parts, ready to build something.
Okay. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah. I've just kind of got back to it at the beginning of this call because I had other things on this morning. But yeah,
Okay.
it's
Fair
in the early days.
Yeah.
And then I think it'll be on to the medieval castle.
Cool.
Got it waiting in the wings.
Yeah.
It's a fun build.
Cool. Looking forward to it.
Wait, quick question.
Yeah.
Has anyone else seen the new set list that's come out? The new sets?
We're not allowed to talk about it.
Right.
They're only rumors. They're not announced yet. So it's against the Lego policy to not talk about sets yet
Ah,
until they're officially announced.
that's
But yes,
interesting.
I have seen them.
Very, very excited though to see the new Winter Village sets for me.
Oh
Anyway.
yes. I like the Santa
And that-
sleigh.
Yeah, the sleigh and I believe the Santa's visit is also on the website and therefore official.
They look great.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Right,
there's a lot of
Simon,
good
Yeah,
stuff.
do you want
they're
to show us your mock from last?
Yeah.
Well-
So this is what I built for the transparent piece, and so you can see there's the transparent piece, and if I
Okay.
just do this,
Huh.
we get a ghost that appears and disappears.
Ah,
there we
that's
are.
clever. I like
That's
that.
really cool. Yeah.
Yes, so bit of Pepper's Ghost with Lego.
Yeah, that's really cool. For those who don't know, we had our competition transparent last month that we only had Simon's entry. So unfortunately,
I was the only one.
we didn't really have any other entries.
Default,
So, I guess there's
default,
no-
default.
Traditionally, Mugs has always required at least 2 entries. To run a competition. So I'm still talking to the committee about it, seeing what we can.
It's moral.
I feel as though I've had a moral victory. And the thing is, I'd always wanted to do Pepper's Ghost, so it was fun to.
Oh, it looks
have a
awesome.
go.
Yeah.
So, and this was just a bit of an experiment to, how would I do it? How would I make it work? So, want to get it into some bigger mocks and work out how to do the lighting, because you've got to have the lighting cycle to have the ghost appear and disappear.
Well, you could have like a
My wife
button
is-
that you press at the start that people have to
Yes.
press to
Yep.
show the ghost. Yeah.
True, but then you do that at Brickvention, and it's like, how many people do you want pressing the mock before disaster?
That's true. Very true.
Yes, and my wife has suggested that the light should be UV because that would look even better.
Ooh.
But it had to do tests. Does it glow? All of that stuff. So,
But then you
there's,
risk UV
stuff to
damaging
think
your
about.
Lego.
It's not sunlight level UV.
So a friend of mine who runs a Bricklink store has recently ordered a whole bunch of parts, or got a whole bunch of parts. And he sent me a photo. And I have to show you the photo because he was sorting all the parts. And it was easier for him to do this to sort parts. So this is how he was sorting the parts. And I'm like, that's really cool. I want some of those parts. And it just highlights really well.
That is
Anyway.
pretty impressive.
Yeah. I've got to place an order with him. Anyway, a big hello to everyone in the chat as well. We've got too many people now to say hello to individually. I'm sorry. But Suan is saying that you've got a really nice build there, Simon. So it's really cool.
Thank you, Suan. Means a lot.
Sorry to Kate and Ian in the background, and I think we had Matthew as well that were waiting, and Damon. We kind of don't have room for everyone. I might swap someone in. Damon, Simon. I'll add Damon in for now, Simon. Hi. How you doing?
How you going?
Yeah, good. Welcome. Are you here to listen or chat, or did you want to show us what you're building?
Yeah, sure. I can show you what I'm building. You can drop me out after a couple of minutes if you like. I could just sit in and listen.
I'll drop out for
So-
a bit.
Okay,
Can
no
you
worries.
see that one?
Thank you.
That's
Oh,
what's
mate.
going on
That's
today.
a food truck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I scored a couple for Father's Day. I've got that one as well.
Ah, nice. Seems like a Monkey Kid themed day. Was building Monkey Kid before.
Maybe that could be the next mock comp.
See, we need to wait for Chinese New Year, I think. For Monkey Kid.
That's the new committee can discuss that. I think it's a great idea. We should totally do a Chinese New Year comp. Just whoever ends up on that future committee, I think it's a good idea.
Good idea. Yes. So for those who don't know, Mugs have put out the request for people who are interested in joining the committee. And I think the nominations have closed now, and the AGM is next weekend. So a voting will go out for that. And we'll hopefully have a new committee and kick things off properly. Yeah. Hi, Graham. We've got you in the background as well. There's too many people around at the moment. Adam, did you want to take us and show us around your Wicked Bricks display case collection? So for those who don't know, Adam has been teasing us for the last couple of weeks with all his display cases that he's got from Wicked Bricks that display all his Lego sets. And we got asked by a couple of people to if Adam can show us around and show us his collection and show us the cases. So he's gladly happy to join us, and we're going to have a quick tour of his house and some of the display cases. You'll have to probably talk to us about what is in each of them. Yeah. Oh, we can't hear you, Adam.
Maybe covering your mic.
Oh, Adam, we can't hear you.
Could be covering his mic.
I don't know. Oh. I don't know what's happened.
If he's on a phone, just check.
Sorry, Adam, we can't hear you.
That the port, your USB port's where your microphone is.
Oh. We can't hear you. Oh,
I think he's going to try and rejoin.
He will join back in a moment. Hi, Graham. Welcome.
Hello.
While Adam tries to rejoin, we'll just add you in and say hello.
Hi.
Hello. How you doing?
Good. I'll just pop in for a moment just to see if anyone can help me. I've doing a couple of models at the moment in Studio.
Okay.
So I've done Tower Bridge, and so I'm doing a couple of boats to go with it.
Okay.
So I've come up with my list of parts that I want. I've got on to Brick. What's the name of the place?
Brick set.
Brick. Yep. To try and get the parts for it.
Yeah.
Now I'm only after 70 pieces, less than 200 parts all up. But it's telling me I need to go to 8 or 9 places to get all the parts.
Yep.
And some of the course I end up just 1 or 2 pieces that I need.
Sounds about right.
And so I can see it's going to cost a fortune in shipping and handling.
Yep.
You know, a 10-cent piece is going to cost $10 shipping.
Okay.
Do you know of any way in which I can get? Ideally, I'd like to buy all the parts from one shop.
Go to Bricks and Pieces. Go to Bricks and Pieces and Bricklinks. Try and get the bulk from there. You're never able. Murphy's Law dictates that you'll never be able to get it all from one place.
Okay.
But if you try and get as much as you can from Bricks and Pieces on Lego's website, and then just get the rest from Bricklink, that should probably that should get you over the line.
Okay.
So
if you combine and I think there's what's the deal with the shipping on Bricks and Pieces, Wade? Because I think the first time I did it, I was able to get free shipping because it was a combination Pick a Brick and Bricks and Pieces. But the second time I did it, I think it was only Bricks and Pieces, so I didn't get free shipping.
Yeah, so there's a couple of ways. But first of all, Graham, when you've created your list, have you created a want list?
Yes, I've created a
And
want
you've
list.
done the auto buy everything?
Yep.
In your want list, have you specified prices?
No,
Okay.
I've just sort of left it open.
And have you specified condition? So new or used?
No, I haven't. So I'm happy with new or used as long as it's reasonable.
Yeah. So I will show you. Sorry, just 2 seconds. Adam,
fine.
sorry, Adam. I know you're in the green room. I'm just going to answer Graham's question, and then we'll start with the display cases, if that's okay. So there's a couple of ways you can do it. So when you do a buy all,
Yep.
let me pick one list that has stuff. So when you do a buy all, it'll look for the cheapest price.
Okay. Yes.
So you can look by unique lots here as well.
Yep.
So if you do select all here, it'll select the stores that have one of each item at the cheapest price.
Yep.
Now,
Yep.
if, for instance, I need to get a different went list. Sorry, just 2 seconds.
Jesus.
All right. So if I do this, and it'll tell me the unique lot items. So this store has 4 of the unique items in that lot, and you can auto select, and it will build your cart. Okay, but you'll see that none of those stores have 4 items in there.
No.
See, this
no.
store has 3 unique items now. So it picked the cheapest store for those items. So sometimes it's best to go. So this store, for instance, has 2 of my items. If I actually go to this store, and rather than go to just check out and create my cart, if I go to my want list here under shop and want list, I can then go through all my want lists that I have and add everything from my want list. So remember how the beards had only 1 item from that when I created the cart? It's now got 4 items here because it may not be the cheapest of the parts, but it's got multiple items there.
Yep.
So it's worth checking out what store has most unique items for your order rather than do an auto select, get the cheapest part. Because sometimes the cheapest part doesn't always mean the best value for money.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yep. Okay.
Now, the other option that Josh was saying is going to Bricks and Pieces. So Bricks and Pieces is Lego's store of
new parts.
New parts. So it's not as user friendly as you're hoping. So you need
It's
to
very time
manually,
consuming. Yeah.
you need to manually put all your part numbers in and hope that they have them in stock. If it's mostly newer parts, then they're likely to have it in stock, depending on what you have. And sometimes it can work out to be better value if you have a large amount of parts that you want to order. Josh was saying that he got charged shipping. So it's free shipping over $150 if you add something from the Lego shop as well.
Okay.
So you spend $150 on anything in Bricks and Pieces, or sorry, as much as you want in Bricks and Pieces, but the total of your order must equal $150, including something from the Lego shop. So if you add any set or a part from Bricks and Pieces, pick a brick rather than Bricks and Pieces, then you get free shipping.
Or even just a keychain or something.
Yeah, even just a keychain or a poly bag or something. So, yeah. So there's 2 options. I'm happy to send you a message and try and work out what's the best sort of option as well. If you've got if you know friends that are ordering parts at the same time, that may be a way to also help with shipping.
Yep.
So,
Yep. I mean, it's just they come from all around the world. One little brick piece, and
you can set it to stay in Australia only if you want as well.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I only buy from Australia.
Yeah. Well, not only. It's cheaper to buy from Australia and quicker, but sometimes it's quicker to buy from Australia, but not necessarily cheaper.
Yep. No, that's fine. That's fine.
I get if I'm looking for sometimes if I'm looking for a technical part, I sometimes actually have to go outsource it. Because half the time we don't get them in Australia, so that's
that's it. Yeah.
Amazing parts selection in this set.
Yeah.
This is Barracuda Bay.
It's got some good parts.
Yeah, I'm only on bag 1, and I'm already happy. There's with like just how many like the a combination of big pieces and small pieces, and not because I'm sick of just like the little 1x1 plates and stuff that come in. Does this qualify as a broken brick? It's bent.
Is it? Well,
it's damaged.
Yeah.
But could you? Can it still connect to the plates?
It probably will. It just I think because unfortunately because it's down below, I won't know until I actually get to that point.
I guess if you perceive it as damaged, it could be damaged.
Yeah, but
you can always ask Lego if they deem it as damaged.
Well,
I'm just going to pop you in the green room if that's okay.
Yep, that's fine. No, if you answer my question, I'm happy with that. Thank you.
No, I'm putting Kate in the green room. So if you wanted to hang around, that's fine.
Look, I'm happy just to listen in.
Okay.
At the moment. So thank you very much.
No worries. Feel free to shoot a message or ask in the Mugs group as well if you need help with parts.
Yep. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Cool.
Just one thing.
Hey, Adam.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Okay. Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yay.
Did you want? We'll start with your tour then. All right. Let's go through it.
Okay, so the first one is just coins from me working at PAX, the gaming convention.
Wow.
Okay.
And then I've got three more that I've just set up as id for minifigs, and eventually those two sections there will also be minifigs. So if I go in a bit closer, you can see how the first bit and I'm just angling up. There's the puck light that I put in.
You're breaking up there a bit, Adam.
That's lag.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, I've just started with getting these filled. I'm going to slowly spin it. I'll give you all a walk around and stop the Wicked Brick stuff.
How's the quality of the stands? Is it Lego studs on them, or?
Yeah, it's Lego studs. They are. Okay. They're an accredited supplier in conjunction with Legos. So that's really good. So this is where I've got a lot of my modular buildings and different things. And then we'll just scan back again. And we've got a couple of, let's see if I can capture this properly, a couple of vehicles.
Okay. You don't have individual cases for those ones?
So, no, not yet. Not yet. Okay. More heavy vehicle type stuff. Plus, I've also got Tower of London down there.
Okay.
Then we've got a bit of Mickey Mouse in display. So a number of these are coming out because I've got an order for Wicked Bricks display cases for them.
Okay.
There's I think I showed this one earlier on the Mugs page.
And I'm sure Ian will love that one.
Yeah, it's beautiful, that one. Then we've got Cantina.
Okay.
Which is it's got the backdrop, which is quite nice, and everything's in position. So you get to see the whole thing quite nicely. That's a display case that I made myself out of an IKEA cabinet.
Is that the UCS Millennium Falcon?
Yep. And then up on the top at the moment, I've got a whole range of Wicked Brick cases. I do have the new R2 display case on the way, so that I can put the pair of them together. But just the quality of their product, it's really good. Yeah, I've just got some of the helmets, and I did this one the other night, the droid in its display case. So just panning back, this double height is, my plan is for that whole thing to all be just Star Wars.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I've got...
So is Star Wars your primary theme, or?
Yes. Oh, look, I love my Star Wars, but, you know, I've got, you know, in the center down here, I've got, and I'm waiting for my lights, but I've got like the Hogwarts Castle and a whole lot of Harry Potter stuff there. There's stuff just jammed in at the moment. This is Batman down here. It's a bit hard with reflection, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. But yeah, and this is the workbench.
Okay.
Currently building the gauntlet.
Nice.
I've got one of these, which is very handy. And there's my. Let's see if I can do this without glare. There we go. There's the
Yes.
the Nintendo set.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Yep. So my last thing to show you is the shop at home shop.
Ah, the pile of shame. Or the room of shame. Jesus.
Thank goodness for lockdown, because I can't have guests, so I might as well have the Lego laid out so I can go, what do I want to build this week? You know?
I wish I could do.
I
wish
approve.
I had that.
I approve.
So there we go.
Cool.
That's the tour of where I am at the moment with things.
Nice.
I really wish I had that much space,
I do too. I'm kind of jealous.
but I don't think my parents would be too happy with me if I was to do something like that.
Yeah. Are the Wicked Brick cases stackable?
Yes, they are.
So you can put one on top of each other, like the Star Wars helmets and
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah, and you can buy with let's see. I'll sit down here. Sorry. You can buy them with either the vinyl backing or as clear.
Okay.
So if you're putting them somewhere where you want some light from behind or whatever, you can buy the appropriate case. And I know a lot of people get upset about the cost of the shipping, but if you put like I quite often combine my order with a couple of friends.
Okay.
And it allows them. Well, we share the shipping cost, but when it comes down to it, it's as cheap as shipping it here across the city.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, that's me. I'm happy to drop out to let somebody else.
Well, first of all, is there any questions from either the panel or anyone in chat about Adam's collection or the display cases?
Oh yes. Is that the now very rare to get first printing of the Republic gunship with the wrong emblem on it? Which people went crazy for.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Well, yes, it may be the same as my Steamboat Willie is the one with the wrong number.
Nice.
Wrong number.
Ooh.
Collectible items.
I got mine when I was in the UK on opening day at Leicester Square.
Nice.
Yeah. So people have just gone, but that's, and I go, yes, that is. So I'm definitely keeping the box for that one.
Yeah. Worth a pretty penny in the future years, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Amazing what some misprints are worth these days. Just all for them. It's like rewarding people for their mistakes.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you're a big multi-billion-dollar company.
Well, it's not just that. It's like record covers as well. Like go up in value like that. Like I was just like the cover of yesterday and today, the Beatles album with the Butchers outfits on. That's like one of the most expensive things ever.
Yeah, it's crazy. I wish I had the space to get all the display cases. But my problem is I build something, have it on display for a couple of weeks, and then pull it apart and put it away. So I just don't have the space to leave it out. I need a bigger house. That's what it is.
I think
Now,
that's
this
what
is an
all
element
Lego-
I have not seen since my childhood.
Oh
Where are you?
yeah, that part.
The
Yeah.
flower.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they used to have those in the old creator sets.
Isn't it used for one of the flashbacks in this set for the island?
Possibly, I haven't checked I haven't read through the manual yet, but and even rarer, it's actually positioned. It's positioned on an in between stud. So
Yeah, I've noticed Lego have started doing that in a few sets. That was once an illegal build technique, but apparently it's okay now. So
was it? Well, because I played when I played the first Lego Creator PC game in the help guide in the in like the instructional videos, the guy actually said this brick not only goes on studs but also in the spaces between. So I just put as much all my 1x1 round studs in the space between as much as I could. So I guess if it came from Lego themselves, then I guess it's not really illegal. But I guess they must have made it illegal.
If Lego do it, then it's not illegal. But there are a couple of illegal build techniques.
I think they actually did it in the fish tank as well.
Yeah, that's an illegal build technique. Although Lego have used that in the past.
Yeah.
And another fun illegal.
I think it just
build
damages
technique.
the bricks personally. Like I thought about doing that.
That one can, yeah, you're quite correct. And
the Technical spray
together. I haven't lined these up correctly so you can see it. But doing that with 5 1x1s is also considered to be an illegal build technique. But that's mostly because of stability. Yeah, I don't know if it still is. But it certainly has been in the past that they don't want that ever to appear in a set because the risk is that it's easy to break and stability becomes a problem, which is why we get those long pillar pieces.
I was always wondering why we get like the 1x5 by 5 1x1 by 5 high bricks as opposed to.
There you go. That's the reason.
Yeah.
I remember.
No, you go.
All right, thanks. I was just saying, and the other thing, what I mean by that is, I think the other thing that it can drive me up the wall sometimes is when you have to repeatedly stack them. That can drive me up the wall as well.
Yeah.
Just you keep putting 1x1 or 1x1 or 1x1.
It's kind of quantity over quality a little bit, and like because I would have thought because you see a lot more of those like 1x1x5s, especially in the friends builds and the stuff for the younger, maybe like the younger builder stuff, and so I guess that it makes sense because they're more rural stuff, so they want a bit more structure. So.
Yeah, I mean, if that's holding up a plate that then has some sort of building element on it, like a front room or a window or something, then yeah, the pillar is a better choice. But if you want to do something decorative like a 1x1 square with a 1x1 round and 1x1 square, then that you might start to see those sneak into sets because it's difficult to do that with a pre-done piece. But Lego's list of illegal builds changes all the time. They just have and the illegal build list is not for us; it's for the designers. You know, we can do whatever we like, no problems. But the designers are told you're not allowed to do this because it's a problem until it's not a problem anymore and you're allowed to do it.
At the end of the day, it is a toy, and toys need to be structurally sound to an extent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If anyone can tell me where one of these is in my tray, I'd be really happy because I need one more.
What part was it?
It's the 1x2 brick piece. I need 16 of them, and I have 15, and I can't find the last one.
Hold up your tray so everyone can point out where it is.
Find the fish.
There it is.
Yeah, thanks. Did someone put a little red pointer on that?
It was the blue one in the corner.
Where's the little lady? Yeah. I should have rebagged this by bag numbers, but nah, just throw it all into a plastic bag. That'll be fine. That'll be fine, right?
What are you rebuilding?
I'm rebuilding the White House.
Okay.
That's the correct way up. Yep.
I'm on route 2.
Architecture
Right?
of the White House.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in here somewhere. But...
Would anyone like to swap out, and I can put Catherine or Graham?
Yeah.
Or Kate?
I'll
You can
swap
dump
out.
me out. That's fine.
Okay. Thanks for joining, Adam.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was great to see your collection.
Like,
Feel free to
I'm pretty sure I've got an illegal build technique here on a set that I've just got, which is the
Catherine.
Lamborghini.
Hello.
The Lamborghini Gallardo police variant. Check this
Yeah.
out. There's my camera. That's a sticker.
Yeah.
But it actually goes over 2 parts.
Ooh, okay.
So that's actually
I
2
remember
parts.
that. Yeah.
They weren't meant to do stickers over 2 parts, were they?
Yeah, that's what I always thought.
No.
Lego doesn't like
No.
doing that.
Yeah. That's a bit
But
strange.
yeah, the other thing about this set, which I've got the second pair of instructions here, is that I feel that the lights on this set were kind of a bit of a letdown. Compared to the actual vehicle, the lights were kind of sad. But I'll probably just rebuild the lights and probably put on a better light system for them when it's complete, because I don't really like the fact having the black where it's supposed to be white, the clear, just doesn't really look that well done. But
Okay.
I guess, mind you, the set itself is actually pretty impressive. The fact that
Yeah.
I've been able to build a car of that scale.
That particular set, I love that set, Josh. It's a great set. I got that when it was first released, and I built it, and I looked at it and gone, this needs to be Batmobile. So I just, using those instructions, I converted it into a Batmobile.
Wow, that's yeah. Even Batman needs to go to the beach at times. So
Yeah,
I guess
exactly
you want
right.
something that can blend in.
It's not the
Exactly right.
Batmobile anymore. It's the Beachmobile.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah.
All right, panic, crisis averted, found it, it's good. We can move on. We can do the next
They've
step.
all been there.
Oh boy, have we ever.
Catherine, what are you building today?
Oh, just one of the little friends sets. I bought a whole lot of sets. Whoops, here we go. Oops, there. No. Yep.
Okay.
There we go. Got her. Yep. I just bought a whole lot of little sets earlier in the year, just because I like the pieces, and so I just sit them here. And when I've got nothing to do, I just say, "Oh, I'll build it, see what it looks like, then pull it all apart and put the parts where I want." But I haven't got much time to build today because my son's got his first job, so we've got to set up a home office for him. Bit unexpected. He's still studying, and he thought he'd get a job by the end of the year or whatever. He applied for a job and got the interview, and they said, "Oh, yep, you start on Tuesday."
Nice.
So we've got to set up a home office for him.
So he's starting his first job working from home.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, crazy.
Wow.
What's he going to be doing?
He works in advertising.
Okay.
Mm.
That's exciting.
Yeah, a bit exciting and a bit unknown, and because both my husband and I are essential workers, so we work out of home.
Okay.
So we don't have a home office as such set up. So it's okay, yep. Better get all the stuff that you need, set it all up, clean up the room, make sure the wall's clean behind you, that sort of stuff. So I've got half an hour off to chat to Lego people, and then I'm back to helping him set up.
Nice. I started my job last year in working from home, and it's just a weird experience starting a job working from home.
Yeah, well, this is his first full-time job.
Okay.
He's only had, just teenage kid type jobs before. Yeah, I said, well, you better make notes about people, who you talk to, because 6 months down the track, you're
make sure you have your camera on all the time, so you know who you're talking to.
Yeah, well, that's it. And, he's not sure, what he's going to be doing. I said, well, I suppose the first week will just be a lot of that admin stuff, that training you normally do. It'll all be just all done online, and then get into the real work at some stage, whatever that is. He's not even sure what the tasks are.
At least he's not an intern that can get the coffee this time. So.
Yeah, well, that's what I jokingly said. Yeah, you're the tea boy, but you can't make cups of tea for people if they're not at our place. So.
Yeah.
You could send them tea
Virtual
bags.
coffee.
Order the Uber for it.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be plenty to it for him.
Yeah. I have Matthew in the background. Would anyone like to swap out for a little bit?
You can take me in the green room if you want.
Yeah, there was a question from Graham in the chat. I tell you what because this part here was this part.
Sorry.
So.
Yeah. What was that?
What's that been?
I was just saying that we had one in Australia, but it was missing that white stripe, which was annoying. So we asked if they could lower the price on it. The seller said no, he's sticking to what he wanted to get for the set. So we ended up having to order it from the US for slightly cheaper. With it complete.
Okay.
So anyway, that's just my, and it was second hand, mind you. So
yeah,
that's my second hand experience. So,
How you doing, Matthew?
Pretty well. So slightly annoyed that Trev dropped out, because I wouldn't have minded saying hi to him. But anyway.
I can swap someone back out.
Pop me in the green room if you want, Wade.
Thanks, Damien.
Okay. Thank you. Travis, you've been summoned.
Hey, Trav, how are you?
You have summoned a wild Travis.
Wild Travis
I'm still
has
alive.
appeared.
Someone who plays the game more than me, I suspect. Yes, the wild Travis has appeared. I'm not too bad today, Matthew. Today's been a decent day.
Yeah.
And now I'm building a White House, because that's always fun. Anyone who hasn't bought this set's got some great parts in it. Got the new arch part in it, which I'll try to dig up so I can actually show you.
That's the White House, right?
The White House, yeah. Strongly, this set is fantastic if you want to do Micropolis. I can't stress that enough. Where are we? I should have bagged all these parts up, but no, I'm an idiot. There we go. So there is the arch part. That is fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing that on Lugbog one day.
Ooh.
On Lugbog, that's the Harry Potter castle.
That's in Tan, though, isn't it? I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
That part in Tan is still pretty good.
The whole path has been around the Harry Potter castle. And in multiple colours.
You can get like an angle, like a corner version of that, can't you?
Yes.
Yes, there is a corner version of the set as well.
There's quite a few on the ski resort set in Tan a while back.
I think it came in white in the Frozen set as well, Frozen 2. But I think the White House has the most parts of it.
Oh, yeah. There's there's only 3 or 4. Hang on. He's got the instructions in front of me. You can tell you exactly how many there are. Okay, where are we? Only one American flag, unsurprising. There's 2 corner pieces. And there is...
Do you want some spare American flags, Travis?
I think that's quite
Or,
right.
United
Remember,
States.
don't let your flags hit the ground, because that's disrespectful.
Uh-huh.
There's 5 arch pieces in this one and 2 corner pieces.
While we're speaking of parts, apparently I've been reading some of the blogs, and apparently some of the new sets have a 2x4 jumper plate with like two pieces. Does anyone have one of those nearby? Yeah,
I do.
Not nearby, but it's in Mario.
I do.
It's introduced in
I
the
think I know
Mario.
this.
Yeah, we've done the Mario ones.
Okay, yeah, because I think it's in the new Winter Village house, and I think it's in the new Hogwarts builds or whatever it is.
That's the one. Yeah, the Winter Village is one I would have been interested in seeing that again.
No, 2x4.
Yeah. Then I don't have that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's the closest one.
It's basically two little jumper plates kind of put together. Yeah,
that's actually that's not the part. That's just two jump plates put together. But that's what the part is. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know why they put that in, or?
It was for the Mario sets to help with the Mario figure standing on stuff. I think.
Fair enough. Yeah.
It's the right size, and they didn't want to break it up. That's where it came from, at least.
Okay, so yeah. One of those parts that was designed for a particular purpose, and then other Lego designers say that could be handy.
It's a poop part.
Yeah. I think there's a new arch piece of some kind in the new Stratocaster, like a tiny little one, like a 1x2.
Oh yeah, yes.
It's new in red, but it's not new as well.
Ah, right, gotcha. Yeah.
I was actually watching James Bricks. Do you watch James Bricks reviews on YouTube? And he did a Stratocaster review.
Didn't even know he had a. Go on.
Yeah, so Jang Bricks does a YouTube.
Oh, Jang Bricks. Jang Bricks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you said James Brick, as in I'm Rick James Bricks. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's right.
Jang Bricks. Yeah, he does reviews of Lego sets and non-Lego sets. And I was watching a Stratocaster review on his channel, and I was like, this doesn't look right. And apparently, it's the Mega Bloks version of the Stratocaster that came out earlier in the year. So there's two versions of Stratocaster from two different brands. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's unusual.
Yeah, and they're both the same color schemes and everything. So it's a bit weird. Yeah.
I'm surprised.
As much as I like what they've done with the build, it's I don't know. As much as I like what they've done with the build as a guitarist, it's a very nice display piece. But I don't know. I just would have liked them to maybe just put in like a Leo Fender minifigure or some other musician who. But I understand. But I feel like I think minifigures based on real people is a bit of is even more of a issue than the licensed stuff because that's an even niche market, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, they need to get they need to get the permission to do that from the person.
Yeah, or in this case, the estate for Leo Fender,
or the estate in whatever case it might be. Yeah.
So, what do people think about the recolored sets that they're doing? Like options to recolor a set in the UK at the moment.
I mean, more colors is more good.
Like, are we counting the new fire station that they're planning to do, or?
Yeah. So let me share.
That one technically been officially revealed yet, or?
Yeah. That's real. But the fire station is more. It feels more like a throwback to the old sets when they would have a starter model, and then like from what I remember, like the old space sets, and they would have a starter kit, then a medium-sized kit, and then a bigger kit.
Yeah. So what they're doing is they're offering recolors to existing sets in the UK as a trial. So they're starting with 3 different sets. So the first one is the Dinosaurs, Mighty Dinosaurs 3-in-1. So they're doing a brown and a blue on top of the green that they had. So you have the different options if you want different colored dinosaurs. And then they did the Fiat. So the Fiat was originally yellow, and now it's blue. And then with the fire station that Ben was saying, they're doing it's a slightly different red, and they're doing two different versions of the set. An entry level set at £25, and then a more advanced set at £90. So they're adding the base building and then a bigger building. So they're just trialing two different ways of introducing kids to fire stations.
Because I know that the big fire station, that did get my attention purely because the 2016 fire station they did, I really liked the truck they did for that, but I never was able to get the truck.
Right.
So I don't really care if it's the new red.
Yeah.
Because I actually don't mind it having the red and yellow rather than the red and white.
Okay.
But still.
Yeah, I like the idea of being able to build your own Lego city set. Probably this time last year, they trialed another thing where they gave you $90 or £90 in the UK, and you could add the fire truck, the station, and then 4 other little submodels.
Yeah.
And you could switch.
Yeah,
them.
I think I remember that. It was like a build your own set kind of thing. Yeah.
And then they just included a bag of the fire station, a bag of the fire truck, and then as you built and added more things, it increased your price, and then it just comes.
True modular set.
Yeah.
I will say with the smaller, there's two things I've noticed. I think the new blue Fiat. I think the suitcase has a Union Jack sticker that the previous one didn't. So there's a minor change on the actual case on the back. Okay. And in the smaller fire truck set, I've just noticed now that little car is giving me serious flashbacks to like the 4+ period, the Dark Ages of Lego. Okay. Not our Dark Ages, the Dark Ages, like the Jack Stone era stuff.
But
yeah.
Jack
So I
Stone
think
was great, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, they actually did that. Set, that little car came out last year.
So yeah, just confirming there isn't a Union Jack on that sticker. You pick up there, Josh.
Jack Stone gave us a pig that could fly at the stop with camels, so it wasn't all bad. Chrome pieces.
Yeah. Jack Stone prompted my brother and sister to give me all of their Lego, so yeah. they fell out of love.
Benefit.
They fell out of love with the hobby, and I kept up with it.
And Max and Tina. And those are the other two characters, I think, in that kind of maxi figure.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've been building a few cool things recently. I'll show you what I mean. So, these are some of the new mocks I've built. I built a standard wrecker truck. So you've got a decent heavy wrecker style truck, got the rotator. So I built this guy with the extendable boom. And a tow bar at the back. And because the other thing, and the other two, well, I've redone my Bearcat a tad. Let's go on quickly. There we go. I've done two American police cars. Ones that oh, there we go. I'm just moving it off my bricks. There we go. I've done the Dodge Charger, the Dodge Charger Pursuit, which is one of the more iconic police cars you see in America. And the Chevrolet Tahoe.
Okay.
That's sort of your SUV police vehicle.
Yep.
So, but yeah, the thing is, I've always questioned this as well. Is like, are Lego cars getting too big?
So that blue one, Brick Patrol, is that kind of an expansion on the $15 set that kind of came out at the start of last year or start of this year?
You mean the Charger?
Yeah, the Charger.
Yeah, that's what I got that one, and I built originally I had a different variant, and then I changed it again, and then
because in answer to your question, because in answer to your question, are they getting too big? Like that one felt too small, and the sizes are really kind of all over the place. When it comes to minifigure scale, it depends because if you want it to actually look right, minifigure scale wise, then you got to sacrifice interior space,
Yep.
and not have as many, not make it a passenger car. Yeah,
because
like an SUV,
this is
really an SUV. Sorry, you go.
As you're saying that this is the SUV, and that's the same base as the truck. And if I put it next to the Charger,
yeah.
What were you saying, Josh?
I guess I was just saying, like, for an SUV, if it's like a six-seater, then really you should if it's a six-seater in real life, then it should probably only be for four minifigures. Because it's a minutia detail. It's only for people who are going to be looking really close up. And that's why that's a part of the reason why I regret buying the Ghostbusters 2016 Ecto one as opposed to the original 80s one. Because as much as I like that, as much as I love the 2016 model, I think I bought it simply because you could fit all 4 Ghostbusters in there seated wise. Whereas I think the original was more intended for like to have the minifigures on a separate display.
Yeah,
which in hindsight was probably the way to go. Yeah.
Yeah, I've always found it a bit difficult to say scale with the Lego figure because Lego figures really aren't to scale with the human body.
Yeah,
They're just such an odd sort of thing. So for me, the scale for vehicles is probably related to the roads. So if you have like an 8 stud wide vehicle, that's when it's starting to get really, too wide.
Yeah.
For want of a better way of saying things, because that's too wide according to any of the road plates that they've put out.
Well, I sort of look at
hasn't
the
changed.
speed.
Sorry,
If you look at the Speed Champion sets, they went from 6 stud wide to 8 stud wide, and the amount of detail you get in the new 8 stud ones is so much better.
Yeah, I reckon Lego just wanted to do them more as a display / playability for kids rather than for a city build layout.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I think if you want something for a city, then I think 6 studs is really the maximum. But if you're more display, then you can go as many as 8 or 10 or.
Yeah, because like when I've done my Victorian emergency vehicles, usually I do them as the trucks are 6 stud and the cars are 4 stud. Just because I'm using the original old 4 stud bases, and to make it a bit more scaled, accurate to real life, I prefer using the trucks. The bigger vehicles need to be about 6 stud, but the car should be a 4 stud purely because to get that gap compared to a Scania truck you get here, like the big cabs, compared to a car, they're massive. So yeah. But I think if you're doing it in like a Lego scale, I think that's where I probably don't care as much, in the sense because you can do cars that are 6 stud and trucks that are 6 stud, and it doesn't really matter. Because
It's really it really depends on context.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's on the Something Awful forums, and he's also on Instagram, but there's this guy got by the username of Carbohydrates, and he does a lot of really just crazy detailed cars, and I think they're on a 4 stud wide base, but obviously you're never getting a minifigure in them. But yeah, he's got just all these weird, crazy connections just to make sure the cars that he's built look, as close to scale model as possible.
Yeah.
If you want to bring things up.
Yeah, I mean the original city ones were only 4 wide, and when I was a kid, I was quite impressed with the detail they had in them now. But you look at them now, and they just look like dull and tiny. So I understand why.
Well,
we're 6
how many
wide,
minifigs
so
do you want in a car?
that's
Like,
exactly it.
you start with it.
They
If
should
you
all
want-
be in a train.
well,
Yeah.
if you want 4 figures in a car, you've got to go at least 8 studs wide to get any detail into the doors, right?
Yeah.
If you only want two figures, do they sit side by side or back to frack? And how do you fit them?
I mean, the Friends cars were a bit better for that sort of seating arrangement. But they're at a slightly different scale. So the mini doll scale is a bit different. But they, when you get the Friends cars, they do put effort into, like, 2 people can sit side by side in this car.
Yeah, but they're also thinner, so they can actually fit.
Yeah, the mini dolls are a more humanistic scale than the minifig. So
Yeah, because they sit on like a 2x3 as opposed to a 2x2.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I think if I were doing brick films, I would just take like the clown car approach and make a car that only seats 2 minifigures. But then when I cut but shoot the close-ups in a bigger thing, as if it's the 4 of them, and then come out and then just have them all come out as one car in like a stop motion thing, even though it only seats 2 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe for the next mock comp, we should have a design a car 6 studs wide. I'll put it to the committee and see what they think.
Because I'll show you what I mean. This is the Scania I built. One of the big trucks, fire truck.
Okay.
I actually made a few modifications too as well. I put a few more lights on the side of it.
Yeah.
But that's one of the big trucks. You see, that's the typical fire truck you get in Australia, in Victoria. Compared to a car, they're massive. So I scaled my sort of car utility vehicle at the 4 stud to make it look a bit more accurate to the real truck. Because I've shown you that. That has a bit. Let's put that. You can see that there's a bit of a gap.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. There's a bit of a gap between the truck and the car. So that's where I think it's more realistically scaled.
Okay.
But admittedly, I do really like my Dodge Charger on the 6 stud because I can get a few more features in on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The bigger, I guess, the more detail and features you can get in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it really does depend.
Yeah. Just reminding everyone that if you want to enter the Micropolis build, it closes at 4 o'clock today, the competition. So it's building a Micropolis styled build. We'll show the photos of it at about 3:30. So you've still got time to email them through to mugs@brickventures.com if you want to enter that competition.
Why are you in portrait? Trav, why is your video in portrait?
Because I'm on my phone.
Okay.
So, a bit of real life detail. The reason I haven't been doing the live streams of late is because I've been suffering from vertigo. So sitting in front of a computer, bad times. But I have used my significant Lego skills and built a stand for my phone to sit on and a Technic.
Yeah.
And I can do that with relatively few effects. So that's why I'm in portraits, because I'm actually using my phone to do this.
Because when you were trying to show us that Micropolis building, you're sort of holding it off to the side just a little bit too much.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Look, always question why Travis takes certain parts out of parties, but 9 times out of 10 I do have a plan. It may not be completely obvious, but there you go. Micropolis building is straightforward. Not easy, straightforward.
Yeah.
If we were in person, Travis, and we were able to, if we weren't in lockdown, which sets do you think you'd bring for parties? Of like the recent
good
releases?
question. So I actually grabbed a couple of the video sets from Big W when they had those on sale. So I've got the K-Paw concert. I got 2 of those. I've got 2 of the Robo DJ Beatbox to do parties on. I've got a lot of sets that I bought for parties. way too many.
Yeah.
I've got the Friends summer water park, which I'm considering doing parties on. I've got the Phantom 5 truck that I want to do parties on. I've got quite a few sets to do parties on. But the video sets are the next ones on the chopping block, I think.
Good. Yeah. The thing is, I was just thinking.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
I did a clean up of my space the other day or last weekend, and I've just got piles of stuff that I need to sell now.
So they say the collab with Universal is technically is on hiatus, and they say they're going to come back in like 2023 or whatever. But do you think they're going to change anything beyond a new app, or is it just for the? Because they still want it to just be for kids, so I still can't see them like actually doing more realistic rock and roll stuff.
Yeah, the app was a big problem for the video stuff. I mean, I never used it because, frankly, that wasn't what I was buying it for. But yeah, I heard a lot of people talk about the app, and it's like, it just doesn't run correctly. And if you're trying to push a product for kids, if they fall at the first hurdle, you're stuffed.
But it's really the app that they're focusing on, not so much the actual builds.
Yeah. I mean, the beatbox, I think, is what they call the ones with the characters in them. I mean, they were an odd sort of set. I can't see kids really getting into that sort of thing. The characters were cool, and I bought a few of them because I like the minifigs. And getting all those nice little printed tiles is also very good too. I don't know anyone else in this stream who cares about printed tiles, Wade. Video is being great for that.
Yeah, who doesn't love printed tiles?
Yeah. But I think they dropped the ball by not having the sets like the concert sets come out.
The stage
wave.
In the first
stage.
yeah.
I think that not being in the first wave was a bit of a problem.
But yeah, I just
and even
thinking,
the actual. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just thinking. Well, as well as I also built this Mitsubishi Evo. But anyway, I was just thinking, since we're talking about the characters in video, I was just thinking something. The robot DJ actually kind of reminds me. I reckon 2 of those characters from that series were actually inspired by Daft Punk, I reckon.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
100%.
It's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
And I really just want
they're
those
not hiding that.
figures. I really just
You've
want
got to go around the world.
Around the world. Yeah. Fun fact about that song. That's the only words they actually say in the whole song.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a sample. It's a.
It is.
Punk 101.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But still.
I mean, it's a pity they couldn't time the release better to have that Robo DJ come out just before Daft Punk broke up. That would have been good.
Yeah, but
retired.
Yeah, I don't believe that they're gone forever though.
They'll do their coming back 10-year reunion.
Well, ABBA did it, so.
Well, with ABBA, I think it meant ABBA's been in the works for a few years. They've been working on that for a couple of years now.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
But yeah,
they
but I think
announced back in 2016.
But with Daft Punk, I think even before the breakup, like I think it kind of been indicated that they'd kind of done all they could as a duo. Like
yeah, that's what I felt.
Like as identified by the fact that they didn't tour behind Random Access Memories. And of course, these days it's all about touring. But I guess Daft Punk is the obsession because their music is primarily for the clubs. It's for the other DJs. So,
I mean, 5 years, 10 years from now, we might see a Daft Punk reunion. They may have just, creatively had problems.
That's funny.
Sometimes you run out of ideas. Sure.
But yeah,
if the price is right.
I was just thinking
how much
something.
Money?
I was just thinking, as someone put in the chat, the ABBAs come back as Tron. That is funny. Yeah. But I was just thinking, because there's still rumors rocking around that there might actually be a Tron 3.
It's filming now.
Oh.
So I was just thinking...
Please, Diddy, don't screw this up.
I'm just thinking something. Since Daft Punk did the last one, they may, just may, Daft Punk still may be doing it, the new tracks.
No, I don't think
They
so.
may do it. They may be doing it.
It'd be cool, but I mean, there are plenty of artists.
They'll
out
probably
there
get like
who
Mark
probably do it.
Mothersbaugh for something. Mark Mothersbaugh, who did all the music for the Lego movies. And
Yeah.
More Devo, please.
yes. Could you hear the drums from Nando's?
From the Nando's.
Oh,
Gary.
Nice. That's good.
But yeah, that's because it would. I think, like with the original Tron, it was a good movie, but I think Tron Legacy was actually slightly better. I just felt,
You're showing your youngness there.
yeah, but I think it was. I'll give you the Tron movie. I actually have seen it and I like it.
Yeah.
Just how much they could get 3D back in when it was released is cool, but I just felt that with the Daft Punk, when Daft Punk did the soundtrack to Tron Legacy, it kind of made the movie a lot more interesting because
the sound design for Tron Legacy was better than the sound design for Tron.
exactly.
I absolutely agree with that.
It's just because
I mean,
yeah. It's like that's what I agree with that because they were both movies were good, but I just feel like when Daft Punk did the soundtrack, I felt it was a bit more. How to describe it? I just felt it was a bit more energy in the music they had for Tron Legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I think that's where it kind of made it a bit better. It was still fun movie. The one thing that always
I enjoyed it.
This is the one question. The one question I have about that movie is when something breaks into the Encom Tower, he says at the end that the company belongs to the shareholders, and he's the biggest shareholder. Does that mean technically he's still breaking and entering into the premises if actually he's the biggest shareholder? So does that mean he has a right to go into the building, or is he still technically breaking and entering?
I like the way you think. It's good.
That's just one thing that never really made sense.
I'm sure there are some lawyers who'd be happy to pay a lot of money to just thrash that one out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I have a couple of people in the green room. Would anyone like to swap out for a little
Yeah,
while?
I'm happy to leave. I'm going to go and do some home office making.
Okay.
I'll
Thanks for
catch
joining
you
us,
up.
Catherine.
Yeah, I'll see you next month.
Okay.
Okay.
No worries.
Yeah.
Bye. Hi, Ian.
Hi, everyone.
In the patiently in the background waiting. Hi.
Yes,
How you
just good. Yes, I can offer my legal advice. It is breaking and entering if you break into a premises owned by a company, even if you're the largest shareholder. And you
Okay.
don't have permission. Yeah.
Okay.
You sound
Very
like
good.
you've done that from experience. You're speaking from experience there.
No, just from law studies.
Okay,
Yeah.
that answers my question.
That did not take nearly as much time as I thought it would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm building a bit of Harry Potter at the moment. The lockdown allowed me to finally go through. I got a load of mixed bulk Lego a couple of months, about 6 months ago now. And my wife likes to watch Dan's press conferences, and it took about 300 press conferences to sort the bulk out. So I finally finished that, so that was good. Found a couple of things in it. Got quite excited to find a Delta II rocket, an old 2003 set, and a Mars set.
Sorry, did you say Delta?
Delta II.
Okay, all good.
Oh, I
Delta II
remember those. Yeah.
2003 Discovery space sets.
Yeah. They were branded with National Geographic, weren't they?
Yes. Yeah, I think so. discovery. I don't know. I didn't know about them until I found the pieces. I found the actual stickers. Talk about stickers going over 2 pieces. Very annoying. There's 3 stickers in the sand green parts there. I found 2 of them in sort of roughed up condition because they went across multiple bricks, which was the correct way to place them. The other ones disappeared, the NASA one. So then I had to bricklink all of the missing parts. And the sad thing is I only got about 80% of the parts for the 2 sets that I didn't know I wanted until I found parts of them. So now I'm trying to hunt down obscure used parts from 2003. So I've got Graham's problem there, but it'll take me probably a few years to actually, because I don't want to just buy it, the same as Graham was saying, I don't want to buy a part, pay $10 postage. So as Wade was saying, I sort of look for, if there's a part that I want 50 of or something, I find the cheapest person for that part, and then I buy everything else that they offer at a reasonable price that's on the wish list, even if it's a bit more than the cheapest, So I'm now looking for obscure bits for 2003 sets, particularly the Mars rover, which I only discovered the one side of it. So there's an obscure blue, dark blue triangular piece, and I only got one side of it, so it's skewy if I put some other bits on there, but that's about a $10 piece apparently because it was only on one set.
One set, yep.
Anyway, that was good finding a few bits in the bulk, and I finally sorted through it all, and so now lockdown's got me on the backlog, although my backlog is like 3 sets, not an entire bedroom full like Adam's got.
Hi, Graham.
I'm
I've just added you back
doing my
in.
head in.
The palm tree. I've just added you back in, Graham.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
The palm trees from the set are annoying.
Yeah, because of my OCD brain, I guess.
You got to get them lined up.
Yeah, but at least I like a challenge with my Lego. So
yeah,
I was just thinking something else with the Tron Legacy again. This questioned me in the sense because at the end of the movie, Sam Flynn regains control of the company. So does that mean, technically speaking, since he got released from the police the same night, would that mean he would have had to have a court appearance later for the breaking and entering, but then he re-owns the company? So does that mean technically that the lawsuit would then be null because he currently owns the company, or would that case that case still stand?
No idea.
Is Tron just basically a better version? Is Tron just basically a better version of Ready Player One?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
but still, Ready Player One was a good movie.
Questionable motives.
The one thing I liked about it was the references to all sorts of video games. That was the thing I liked about it.
They did, but were they used effectively? About effectively as every other Warner Brothers crossover film, which is not so effectively.
Yeah. Anyway. I need to go get my charge for my computer. I'll be back in a sec.
No worries. I might swap you out then and put Matthew in.
Sure.
Hey, Matthew.
Down to the last bit of this bag, so I'll probably head off soon as well.
Okay, no worries.
So yeah, I did actually have a few things that I've been building and working on lately.
Yeah.
First off, I got this, which is a black version, obviously, of this. And if anyone is confused as to what that is or why I bothered, it's a black blade for the Vestas wind turbine, and so last year I bought the wind turbine and also read that some companies are painting one of the blades black because it reduces the incidences of birds flying into the blades, and so it just makes it generally safer. So it's
okay.
Yeah. And yeah. So I thought, oh yeah, I'll build one of those and just put that up there.
It's a cool idea. I like it.
Yeah.
You got
and Josh, that's another cool idea that I'm very glad that they put into that little Islanders village head.
Yeah,
that was
Tiki Mask. Yeah.
Matthew, have you been watching the Lego Masters US version?
No, I haven't. No.
Anyone who has been watching it or hasn't caught up, don't turn away now. But I'm going to share a screenshot or screen. Why I share it is the wind turbine. They did a breaking wind episode. So basically, you had to build a windmill and survive up to 60k winds, and they had to build like trying to see windmills. So they had the big windmills to build and survive the wind. Yeah. And show movement through wind. I thought it was kind of cool. Just reminded me of that. Anyway, sorry.
It makes it more mechanical rather than just aesthetic.
Yes. Yeah.
Much more so. Yeah.
Yeah, it gets some movement in there as well and shows you it. Yeah. Because I've always thought that the wind turbine one that they did was too big, and I get that it's meant to be big, but I felt like it was just not the right scale for anything else.
It's very odd because as my dad pointed out when I first showed it. Well, yeah, you've got the wind turbine, and down the bottom it's got the house because obviously the motor that runs the blades also puts the lights in the house. He said, "You'd never have a house that close to a wind turbine that size anyway."
That's it. Yeah.
No.
And you'd never only have just one wind turbine as well.
Yeah.
Like they could have done a smaller set with 5 wind turbines and showed the same sort of principle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Just making one black wing at the moment for it.
Well, that's what they've actually discovered is that just by doing one black and the other's still white, the other two still white, that's what actually affects the number of birds flying in. Because that's one of the criticisms that people have of wind turbines is that some birds can fly into the blades, and I don't know why that's worse than setting the ocean afire, but it's just something interesting that's been discovered, and I thought, good that people are taking.
Yeah, the oscillating color would probably be something they'd avoid because it would look weird.
Yeah,
it's
a bit strange.
Yeah, and last month I brought up In fact, I was thinking of building a modular building, incorporating a Chinese restaurant and museum, showcasing some of the Chinese festival sets. Yeah. So made a start on that. So it also has these stickers that came from an old Ninjago set, and that's what actually first prompted me to do Chinese restaurant idea. The other thing that I've actually decided to do with it is that I'm trying to make the interior, which I haven't done very much of at all, but I'm trying to make the interior fully wheelchair accessible. So it's got a ramp, and then also this part of the door swings back because I've discovered that standard Lego doorway is not wide enough to fit the standard Lego wheelchair through. So,
no! Oh no!
So yes, it forced me to sort of think about doing things differently. So I've got
fair enough
the sliding door there that goes into the bathroom.
Okay.
I can't see how well I'm manipulating this around.
Yeah.
Have you contacted Lego to let them know that, Matt?
They need to design different doorways or different.
Yeah, your doorways are not
doors.
wheelchair accessible.
Yeah.
I feel you need a fish tank in the window to be a true Chinese restaurant, though.
Yeah, I've made a
Like,
flower.
you
I've
pick
made a
pick the fish. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Brick Patrol's
Living in
asking about
Box Hill, I
Brick
can back that
Venture.
up.
Sorry.
I said living in Box Hill, I can back that up. You definitely need a fish tank.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's been some fun little challenges to consider with that.
Yeah, it looks good.
Got the next week off work, so I'm going to continue to put that together.
Very cool. Very cool. We have had a question about Brickvention. Travis, are you in a position to talk about Brickvention? Because you know
Potentially.
close to more details about Brickvention. Do you want to give us the Brickvention spiel?
The spiel. So at the moment, Brickvention is a go. We do have dates and places organised for January next year. Now, obviously, this is all subject to change. Changes in virus spread, lockdown.
So
government
where is it being
vaccination.
held again?
It's currently at the, I've got to get the name right, the
Melbourne Sports and Aquatic Centre.
Melbourne Sports and Aquatic Centre, yes, the Melbourne Sports and Aquatic
Yes,
Centre.
I know it well. Are you in the basketball? Are you going to be in like the basketball court there, or in like one of the showrooms?
We're in multiple rooms. So one of the reasons we're using that facility is because as far as spacing goes, it makes it a bit easier. The REB is off the table for a couple of reasons. One, primarily, is that we don't actually know whether it's going to be available to us because it may still be a vaccination hub. And two, because of the structure of the building, it would become difficult if we had density limits and airflow is a problem in that building. So that's one of the reasons we've moved into the Aquatic Centre, now Sports and Aquatic Centre, because that makes it a bit easier for us to control that. There's still a lot of stuff up in the air, but we are planning for it to go ahead.
And at this stage, it's January 8th and 9th at the Melbourne Sports and Aquatic Centre.
Yes.
Applications to display are open, I believe, to general public now.
Yep. You are able to apply. Now, tickets won't go on sale for a while for public tickets because obviously we have to wait until we see how many people are allowed to get through. I mean, we could open up ticket sales now and then sell more tickets when we're allowed to have people through the event at the time. So, you know, we're gonna have to hold off on the ticketing for a bit. But the exhibition applications are being accepted now.
Yeah. So to apply, you need to go to brickvention.melbourne, which is their new website, and you can read all about it and everything.
Okay. Sorry. I'm just reading down the applications close, and that clashes with what's written at the top there.
You found a typo, Matt. Very good.
A IT person.
What does the end date say?
January.
Open will close September 20th, and then applications mid-August.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to remove that from the stream.
I will raise that with the committee then. Excellent.
Please pass that on to the IT person.
Will do. Yep.
Wade, do you have anyone who's waiting to join?
I've got lots of people in the green room.
Okay,
you can drop me.
so
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to love you and leave you then, Wade. But thanks so much, and keep me in the loop about the Marvel CMFs, and I hope to see you guys in January.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, it'll all be good.
Yeah.
Here's hoping.
One thing I was going to
Peace
bring
and love,
up,
guys.
See you later. Thanks.
One thing I was going to bring up with regards to Brickvention, and not entirely sure just how many people this is going to affect. Scouts Victoria are holding Vic Jam, a major scout camp in place of Jamboree, which will be finishing up, I think on the 8th. I personally am helping to run an activity till the 7th. So that probably just affects me.
So book your accommodation early. Make sure you have refundable accommodation.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. But yeah.
Okay. So you're going to go scouts and then brickvention and then collapse after.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm helping to run an activity which actually doesn't sound that as hard as it was to, look after the scouts full time.
Okay.
But, the only clash for me at the moment is obviously the convention day on the 7th. So I'll just have to see how I'm able to handle that.
Brickvention day is the most fun.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm going to try to weasel
We
out
have
of
some
them.
plans.
I'm going to try to weasel out of the scout thing.
Fair enough.
We have plans. There are plans in motion. I can't go into too much detail about what the plans are, but they do exist.
Okay. So, yeah. So that's the details on Brickvention at the moment. Yeah. So to apply, you just go to brickventures.melbourne or brickvention.melbourne and click on the exhibitor link at the top, and you can just apply there. Of course, it's not guaranteed that anyone who applies will get in. It's still under the review process.
Yeah, and we'll be taking that, very seriously. To preempt any questions, we don't have any firm words on firm recommendations on things like density or vaccination status yet, but we are waiting government advisory about that. So, get vaccinated, makes everyone's life easier. We'll see how we go.
Travis, I've been inspired by your phone thing because I connected before with my iPad, but I couldn't. I just kept dropping out of the StreamYard on my iPad, so I switched to my phone, and I've now adapted my transparent piece build from because that was right in front of me from last month to now hold my phone.
Excellent.
Ripped a few bricks off, and it's an excellent stand.
Yeah.
See, I did build this last year when it came to realize that doing all these meetings that I had to do with Brickvention and stuff via just sitting in the lounge room doing Zoom meetings, and I thought I can just build a stand for my phone. This is fine. The best build of 2020 is this freaking stand.
It's a very 2020 build.
It's a very 2020 build, yes. And some minor improvements have been made over the last 6 months.
Maybe we should all have like a side build at Brickvention of here's my phone stand.
Yeah. There's a mock comp right there.
There is. There's a mock comp phone stands.
Yeah. Sorry, there's been a question in the chat about the lug bulk. So lug bulk, we have received our lug bulk this year. It's sitting at the base plate, going unloved at the moment. Unfortunately, we're not able to get to sort it because it's not an essential business or resource. So we need to wait until after lockdown ends to be able to get to it and sort it. So hopefully that will happen before Brickvention.
Yeah, if it doesn't happen before Brickvention, Brickvention's in a bit of trouble.
Yeah. But yeah, we have the lug bulk. It is in our possession. We are just sitting on it, waiting for it to become safe enough for us to go and spend a couple of days sorting it.
Yeah, we did have a sorting day booked, but lockdown sort of put kibosh to that. So
yeah. So yeah, and the next one opens up sometime soon, I think.
I have actually found some of the vehicles that I was talking about before, made by that guy who I know is Carbohydrates. So if I'm able to share my
you can
screen. Yeah.
Just press the wrap button.
Yeah.
Simon, it looks weird when you're touching the screen.
I know, because it's like.
And things are just frozen up for me. How you guys? Oh, all right.
I cannot see your screen. If you want us to just send me the link, I can bring it up.
Yeah. I've made Google Chrome not respond to me, so I don't know if you can hear me at all anymore.
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay,
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Okay.
restart?
We can hear you, but we can no longer feel you.
Oh,
yeah,
very
no,
good.
I've completely killed Google Chrome. So I can't do anything at the moment. So I'll just sit.
Failed by technology.
Yeah. If you want to kick me out for a minute, and I'll try to get things fixed up.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Hi, Kate. Feel like you've been in the green room a long time.
It's all right, just building. So
What you
good.
building?
The diner. So,
Weren't you
sorry?
building it last time?
Yeah, and I haven't touched it since. So I think our real in-person mugs meeting was the last time I actually cracked it open. So yeah, in true Kate style.
I'm just going to put that on screen for you there, Kate, so you can see what I was doing. Right? There is rationale to what I was collecting in that parties. I wasn't crazy.
Excellent. Yeah, it's good to see you using the parts.
Had a plan all along, but was too shady to reveal it at the time. Because if I told everyone what I was doing, like, that's a really good idea and I want those parts, but I want them.
Yeah, well, you know.
Cat's out of the bag now.
That's right. Well, I'm sitting on a reasonable supply of them now, so I should be okay.
That's the wrong button.
There was an interesting incident I witnessed quite a few years ago with the Sydney train group. Anyone here remembers Belleville? Might remember some of the Belleville figures had these figure skates, which was, you can look these up on Bricklink, but it was basically a plate which had these two sort of wires coming off it. And one of the Sydney guys came out with a pantograph design using that piece. But before he publicly revealed what he had done, he informed all the mates in the train club, and they just went and bought the entire Bricklink stock of them and then shown what they'd done. And then all the train people were going crazy, like, I can't get this part! Why can't I get this part? I didn't do that. But yeah.
I know a Bricklink store that is trying to offload their Mario plates if you need a huge stash of them.
There are plenty of them around. Absolutely.
Yep.
I mean, blue, grey, dark orange, yellow, I think, and of course the bright light green. Yeah. I mean, you can use any colour really. I mean, Micropolises should be colourful because cities generally aren't. Outside of billboards and things, cities are not really that colourful. So your Micropolis should be too realistic. Try to brighten up a bit. Big blue buildings.
Do you think you might go back to a Micropolis build for Brickvention?
Are you talking me personally or Brickvention in general?
Just in general, what do you think?
There is efforts to get a proper collab Micropolis going to Brickvention.
Because we missed the last one because we did the tower. So
as it stands, it's if you want to be an exhibitor, you would need to exhibit something else to then also be eligible for the Micropolis.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Otherwise, we're going to get a lot of people who's going, I built a Micropolis module, I'm an exhibitor at Brickvention. Which is a bit cheap, but we are pushing to get a Micropolis into BV because Micropolises are great.
I've done one before, but I'd definitely give it a crack. So
okay.
I mean, I've still got my $600 building somewhere.
Is it still worth $600?
That part had to be reprinted. That part is not available, so it probably still is.
What colour is it?
Sand green. Yeah, so it was in the green grocer. So I don't think that part's been.
Ouch.
Yeah,
I brought it.
We have a request if we do a Micropolis collab. Fleur wants to do a square.
Oh, Fleur, yeah, absolutely, 100%. You can definitely do that. As I say, we do want to do a Micropolis for Brickvention. So
is there some coordinating? Is there someone coordinating a Micropolis build?
Not yet.
Okay.
At the moment, that is all sitting under the exhibitor portfolio, which Michael's in charge of. But once we get the exhibitors nailed down, then we'll start to divide that up, and someone will be responsible for Micropolis.
So if someone wants to enter a Micropolis build, they need to apply with something else. Is that right?
Yes, you'll need to apply with something else for Brickbench.
Okay. Right.
So get your build on.
Yeah. Hey, Kale, how you doing?
Good self, dude. I don't know. Good's
not
totally a lie, isn't it? Good by 2021 standards. So, just missing
Good
people
by
contact, you
September
know,
21,
and you sexy
2021
guys.
standards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you building anything interesting today?
This is what I was working on. I don't know if that's showing up properly.
Oh wow, nice.
Nice.
Nice face.
Do you care to
Is it a bit
explain
stony
what?
faced?
Right.
That's
So
it.
just,
No more, I won't
yeah,
do any
just
more
finished
detail.
ripping it apart and putting. I was about to put more structure in, but yeah.
Do you want to explain what it is, or are we just
Indiana
leaving it
Jones.
Well,
in Enigma?
no, it wasn't. Yeah, there is an element of that. It started out as basically a riff on the Harry Potter 20th anniversary sets. So capturing the spirit of them, but not necessarily the actuality of them. Because I love the Harry Potter sets from the 20th anniversary. They just they're play sets. They're not display sets. You know that difference. But as it turns out, as I was starting this build, Lego Ideas announced a competition for their 20th anniversary too. So I think it's going to end up doubling as both. So
20 years.
What's that competition?
Yeah. Basically, you've just got to do something Harry Potter themed and hide the number 20 in the build. So this has that written down. Actually, I'm not going to lift it because that'll go badly. But underneath the water, I numbered the number 20, and then I'm going to put in 20 snakes, and I'm going to do a few other little things, you know. So yeah, just kind of riff on that theme and slowly work my way up to it's about 80 centimeters tall.
Only 80 centimeters. That's hardly
Man with a
Kale
plan.
scale.
Because that fits in my car perfectly in terms of height. It just slides in and it doesn't hit the roof. So,
There's another module on top of that.
Nice.
ask me how I learned this. So,
I certainly don't build my box
Yeah.
K8 box size for any reason whatsoever.
yeah.
If anyone wants to enter the competition that Kale is entering to try and beat him, sorry, Kale.
No, absolutely. It's absolutely.
On the Ideas website.
This
From the
was going to be built anyway, but there are some great prizes in that. If you haven't seen the Hogwarts Icons set, the Hogwarts Icon set, I've got that sitting over there somewhere. That is gorgeous. It's so gorgeous.
The golden snitch looks fantastic.
It does.
Inside,
I just like the global dark dots.
Yeah, there's glow in dark pieces. I'd have to dig it out. But the way they've done the internal core of the golden snitch as well, that is a perfect cube on each side, and then you put the circle bits on, obviously, to make it a sphere. But the way that they've actually lined up the Lego grid to give you that square in the middle is gorgeous. So, it's
cool.
Some clever uses of ice cream cones and the like. So.
I really like the stack of books. I really do like the book setup that they've got.
I was disappointed with the books. The books exist solely as a skin for the stand that Hedwig sits on. They're not functional as books at all.
Oh, I know.
You know,
I know what they are. I like the book them. I think it's a great display piece.
No, I wanted them to. Well, because we got the Hogwarts classrooms earlier in the year, I think it was. I don't know. I'm totally losing track of time. But the little actual books that you opened up and had the classrooms inside. And at that time, I'm like, wow, we need more of these kind of books. I need to be able to build a bookshelf. And so I was really excited on seeing the artwork for the Hogwarts Icon for that reason. Like, can this be a bookshelf? And it simply can't. You know, you need to throw in other parts and do other things to make that work that way. So, but Hedwig is gorgeous as well. That's one of the most beautiful detailed birds I've ever seen.
I'm hearing rumors that they're going to continue this icon set next year as well, and do maybe like the Sorting Hat and Fawkes the Phoenix, and like
We do need a high quality Fawkes.
Yeah,
we 100% need a high quality of Fawkes. That was originally what I was thinking of topping this build with, just to do a high quality Fawkes. So
yeah.
Because it gives us that splash of color, and once you go to 80 centimeters tall, you've got to start thinking about what you do with the back. So a nice kind of one bird tail just covers it, and without using too many parts. So.
Cool.
That's enough
Sorry,
of me
just turned
geeking
the
out
camera
about Lego.
off.
Somebody else's turn.
Kyle reminded me of a Lego set, which I have here.
Doesn't look anything like him.
God, that's horrible.
It's picking up a lot of shine.
So it's like the classic Harry Potter original.
Yes, that's the original. This is the original Diagon Alley set. From way back
Looks like a
when.
Friends set.
Yeah, it kind of does. You might know. I don't know if you can notice the color tone there, but that's a yellow Hermione. So before they did the flesh colors.
Okay.
Was that the monstrous face painting?
Yeah, the huge
for a while
face,
they had
yeah,
monstrous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You should just pass you that out.
Well, this one is Sue Ann's still around. This one was a Dirty Brickster that I got in Sydney.
And now it's like beyond that price of wanting to open it, isn't it?
It was beyond the price of that when it was. Well, I bought it because it's got lots of really cool colors and parts. Like it's got a trans magenta 1x4 bar. It's got lots of trans pieces in it. Oh, it's got a purple witch's hat and a sort of a dark pink witch's hat. It's got a grey owl. It's got
How
lots of
much
really
is
cool.
worth now?
4732. I don't know how much it's worth now. It's probably worth quite a bit. But that's still in box. I've still got all the cardboard backing in as well. So, but yeah,
Is the
probably-
set
probably
4732?
4723. So I'm sure someone's going to shock me with how much it's worth.
So currently, a used set of it is averaging $54. A new mint in box set is averaging $201.
It's now for sale. No?
And there are only 6 for sale on Bricklink.
And Travis prepares his eBay listing.
Hang on. How many did you say? How many did you say? Wait.
There are only 7 available new on Bricklink.
So I have 1/8 of the world's potential supply for this set.
Yeah.
There you
But
go.
saying that, in the last 6 months, there's only been 2 sold.
He did the math. Can't dispute it now.
Yeah, it has to go in parties now, Travis.
Yeah, got to parts it. Got to parts it.
Yeah, do it.
What's it? I don't know what the price per.
Do that.
I mean, geez, how much did I pay? I think it was yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
it's exactly
25
right.
retail. Jesus.
Wow.
I mean,
That's
and at the
nice.
time that was considered a bit pricey for a set of that size.
Yeah.
Because we paid the licensing fee, so it was probably like 22 cents a part. So I mean, I bought one, opened it, used all the parts. Sue Ann obviously bought a few, and that one went into a parties, into a Dirty Brickster. So
Nice.
there you go. So yeah, that set is probably actually. Let's look at the date. Where are we? 2001. That set is 20 years old.
Wow.
Wow.
Vintage.
Nice.
Vintage, yes. That set is nearly old enough to drink, which is probably appropriate because I think I was drunk when I got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a few people hoarding old Harry Potter sets. crazy.
Excellent.
There's a lot of illegal building, Travis, in this diner.
This is a Chinese one.
No, I mean that's in transparent, but like just stacking. I've done it in white as well.
How many? Is it more than 5? Is it more than 5 tall?
Yeah, on the white was like 6, I think.
Oh,
Are you
maybe
building a
that rule is
knockoff?
no
Are
longer
you?
in place.
No, I would never. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, maybe it is only 5. It's hard to tell. I've buried it now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it still is a rule, but it certainly was the case that you weren't supposed to do those more than 5. So 5 was okay, more than 5 was the
Yeah. Transparency, is that going up 6?
I mean, if they did a transparent one of those bars, one of those tall pillar bricks in transparent, that'd be amazing. Lego,
Yeah.
please do that. It'd be great. I could certainly use it.
Yeah.
Here is a specific part that I require, Lego. Please make it for me.
Please.
So do you think when a designer proposes to do something that was, previously considered illegal, that triggers a series of subcommittees at Lego?
I certainly, the amount of reviews that sets go through, they certainly would have to justify why they've done it. So
There's
when
this
the
big
design-
dark chamber at Lego, then they walk in at one end with a spotlight on them. I want to do this illegal technique, sir.
Stick him in the chair.
Choose your weapon.
Yep.
There's an armory rack next to them.
This is how I
There
like
is
to
a process.
imagine it
Like they've
happens.
been a bit more open talking about it in recent interviews. So
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that the designers certainly used to be allowed to do, I don't know if they still are allowed to do it, but if they were developing sets, they could ask for parts to be made in particular colours. Had to be an existing part. They couldn't ask for a new part in a new colour. But if they wanted to see, well, I want to do for example, and I'm sure no Lego designer did this, not looking at anyone in particular who might have been involved in Ninjago, I want to do a canopy in trans yellow. Can I get these canopies made in trans yellow? So someone at Lego may have a box full of trans yellow canopies that they're not allowed to show to the public, but they exist. Yeah. But if a Lego designer comes up with a new part, they need to justify why it needs to exist. So
yeah, that's
if
one of the
they
things
can
they've
say,
been
"Here
open
is-"
about.
Yeah.
To make a new part available, another part has to disappear because that's got to do with the factory restrictions and how the parts get sorted. Now, this applies to everything. If it's a printed part, that counts as a new part. If it's a minifigure part, say in the Daily Bugle or a fancy clone commander in a UCS set, that counts as new parts, and there's limitations on that. What's moving out of production if that's moving in?
So the other thing I like to imagine there is the part that goes out of production. They then have this, part sacrifice moment as well, where there are incantations.
I'm sure
the hood's on.
Very religious.
But
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. But I'm sure this isn't what actually happens. But in my mind, this is how Lego works.
Yeah, so say they've got 100 parts space in their warehouse, like 100 spots in their drawer. They're allowed only 100 spots, so a part has to not be used. Now, a lot of questions get asked why we don't have printed legs on a lot of licensed minifigs. That actually counts as 3 parts. So each leg is a different. It actually counts as 6 parts. So each leg is a different part, and the hips are a different part. So they have to have them in the plain color and then the printed color. So it counts as 6 parts for a pair of legs that are printed. That's why we don't get printed legs very often. And it's the same for torsos. The hands, the arms, and the torso itself are counted as 6 parts. So that's why we don't get printed parts very often.
Yeah, so a lot of their sort of parts churn would be through minifigures as, sets go in and out of production.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah,
Absolutely.
The CMFs get treated a little differently. Then we get cool things like Throg and crappy things like Croaky.
Yep. You didn't like Croaky?
No, not at all. He's meant to have a crown. Like, you put him next to Throg, and Throg is like benchmark settingly gorgeous, okay? You know? And then there's Croaky is like, I've just escaped from a city set. You know? My parental bet is looking for me over there in a totally, completely unrelated set.
What you're saying, he should have had a minifig hand go with him.
He should have had a little crown on his head. You could have just, simply put, you could have done a pinhole and had the crown in there.
Yeah.
You know? Didn't have to be complicated.
Yeah. I still haven't got my set of minifigs for Marvel yet. I need boxes.
Yeah.
Boxes of minifigs. There's something we should do again in Mugsmeet, where we used to open up the boxes of minifigs and do minifig trades. Good times.
Everyone just buys boxes now, right?
It certainly was the way we used to do it. Yeah, everyone buy a box and we'll all trade it. I need 6 cheerleaders. I still have some cheerleaders unopened in bags from Series 1 because I needed 6 cheerleaders. So
It's a bit trickier now. You get 3 full sets, and it looks like they're sticking with that model. The 3 full sets to a box now.
That's
Makes
a good
the chase
idea.
figs harder. Yeah, it is, but like, you know, Zombie Captain America, that's going to be the popular one from this series, for instance, because you can use the parts for other things.
Yes.
Whereas,
And everyone
you know,
loves zombies, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas certain other figures are going to be less so, you know. So
Except for like Mario, where they did 18 per box and only 1 full set, which is very frustrating.
Yeah.
But that's Mario.
And you can't tell. There's no way to feel the Mario sets to tell. So,
Unless you get a fresh box and it's a full set on each, and the last 2 are the different ones.
Well, the one thing that'll be interesting
yeah,
to say,
they still shift sometimes during transit, so that's still not 100%.
Yeah.
So I remember seeing fresh boxes get open. Like, I know that so and so is here, grab this, those. It's going to be interesting to see if they embrace the box model that Video used for the collectible mini.
Oh, I hope not.
Well, I mean, nor do I, but that would be a problem.
Yeah. Yes.
For those of us who like to
Yes.
feel our way through, or
Yep.
It was
check
double
barcodes
bagged,
as we
you know.
used to be
Why
able
put it
to.
in a box if you're still going to have plastic inside?
Well, that's true. But I mean, there's sturdy paper bags. A big family-sized Smarties things comes in a very sturdy paper bag these days. So,
Have you seen what they've done with the Marvel series in the US?
No.
So they're releasing 6 packs of the Marvel series in a box.
Oh.
And each
That's what
box
people are talking
contains-
about.
Each box contains half the series, but you don't know which box you get to contain which half of the series.
so you know you can
that's
get half the
interesting.
series in one hit, guaranteed.
Well, it's guaranteed, as in it's meant to, but it's like random sometimes.
Right.
But
Oh,
it's
so you'll get
90%.
you'll get distinct figures in the box. You won't get repeats of figures in the box.
You're
minimal
meant to get
repeats.
half the series in a box. Yes.
Yeah. So there will be at least half of the distinct figs in there.
Well,
Yeah,
so
so
that'd be nice
that's-
if you're really after the whole thing. Get one of those and then do a feel for the others.
I
That's
like
interesting
that.
because
Sorry.
for series 9 or 10, they did like half boxes because they experimented with that. Like, because some retailers were saying, no, we don't want to put a whole box out. We don't sell that much. So Lego actually released smaller boxes of them, and they did not sell well at all. And Lego said, we're not doing this again.
that's why
But it
they've
seems
gone
like they
for
are doing it again.
That's why they've gone to 36.
That's the compromise, is it? The smaller box.
Yeah. So rather than having to shell out $300 for a box, it's $200, and you get half the figures, or just over half the figures. Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. Cool beans. Anyway, I got to love you and leave you all. It's been a pleasure finally sharing amongst me again.
Bye, Trevor.
Good to see you, Trav.
See you all. Hopefully, we'll be able to see each other in real life in the near future.
Hopefully.
In real life? Does that? I'm starting to forget what in real life was.
This is real life.
That's when you go outside
Not a
first. It's like-
Is it though? Is it
I
really?
won't know how to get to the base plate. I'll be lost.
Well, we are caught in a landslide that way. There is no
Landslide
escaping
of
reality.
dust.
All
We're going to have to
catch
have
you all
another busy
later.
bee to clean out the base plate. Bye, Travis. Thank you.
There, Travis.
Yeah. Hey, Ben.
Hello.
Adding you back.
This is what I've got of the Gallardo right now. I've got all the back on it.
Okay.
And I've spotted it again. Lego's done it again. So it says to put the sticker over
Two parts.
the two parts again.
What year is that set?
I think that was a 2009.
Yeah, I just don't put stickers on sets to worry about that.
Well, admittedly,
Here I am
this
putting
one.
stickers on a set. Wait, look. Ugh.
Sorry?
I'm under this set. I don't, for the most part.
Yeah.
Some exceptions like Ninjago City Gardens, you've got to put the stickers on that because it's just so much part of it. But I normally don't. But this one, I'm instructed by my 7-year-old son. The stickers must go on.
Yeah.
Not my set,
Yeah,
not my
my boy
choice.
insists. Yeah.
Admittedly, I some sets I do believe, like the Voltron set, I purposely left the stickers off that one
With the numbers.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the Voltron I knew didn't have numbers, and that was the American version. So I left the stickers off that one. But like on police and emergency vehicles, I always try and put stickers on if I can, purely because basically it's the livery. Because the real police and emergency vehicles do have a set of stickers that goes on them.
I must admit, like for the Hogwarts icon set, where they've got stickers for the bottles, and you would expect a sticker to be on the bottle.
Yes.
So I don't mind that much
Yep.
much. But things like the
That's the
letter
first
in
time
the
I've
Harry
heard of
Potter
that.
set. Yeah. Like the letter in the Harry Potter, I'm glad that that's printed.
Yeah, there's certain
Yes.
things that
Did you
would
notice
think.
the misprint?
Yes. We don't talk about it.
Well, this
We
is
don't
what I
talk
mean.
about that, huh?
This is actually a print. I'm like 90% sure that's the print on the back.
Yeah.
Because trying to get that on there is pretty much almost that would annoy so many people trying to get that perfect.
Yeah. Let me just
Slide a pin under, a little bit of Windex or similar glass cleaner on the surface of the brick. You can slide it into position.
That's an idea.
Takes a bit of setup. It's not easy.
I posted a photo on Mugs earlier in the week or sometime. Let me just, if you can sort of see on the edge of the 1x1 tiles, it's not working. Green screen.
Yeah, it's not showing up.
Printing on the
Yeah,
one
no,
by
I saw the pic, the printed.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy some things that they print. Where's the music coming from?
That's my son. He got a ukulele yesterday for his birthday.
Oh, lucky you.
Or unlucky.
Enjoy that.
Ending.
Yep. We've given a 7-year-old a ukulele. What could possibly go wrong?
In lockdown.
In lockdown.
Yeah. I think it's not. I think we should say good luck.
Who gave
Thank
them
you.
that? Because I think you need to cut them out of your
Thank you
life.
for your. No, that was his parents.
Okay.
We
Oh.
yeah.
I'm not judging, but just cut.
No, sure. No. Judge away. It's fine.
At least it's not a recorder, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
that's
no.
right. Yeah, not a desktop recorder. No, that's.
Is it at least
the
one that
larger
you can take the
recorders are
batteries
not
out?
so bad. No, it's an acoustic instrument.
I can suggest some noise cancelling headphones. You might want to
Yes.
put your list.
Yeah, no. There are noise cancelling. Everyone in this household owns noise cancelling headphones. So
I think you might need them.
yeah, but at the moment it's strumming to learn some things and learn some chords and stuff, and it's very pleasant thus far.
Just to strum.
You can tell me otherwise if he keeps going in the background.
And then 5 minutes later, you're screaming, you're pulling your hair out.
Yes. Well, I might drop off because I've just finished this beast.
Quick, distract him with remote control.
And yeah, that's right. And now I've got to do the remote control part of it, which I'm sure is going to be horrendous. I don't know. Do people use that app?
Have you got two? So
I
you
don't-
can make race.
No, we're starting with one, and this is our first foray. This is the first time I've had a Lego motor.
Okay.
Since the 80s Technic motors. So things have changed since 1983 or 1984 is when I got those motors. Yeah, this, as I mentioned at the very beginning of this is not for the purposes of having this remote control car. This is to eventually take this apart and move on to GBCs with motors. So there was, I posted about it on Mugs, and people offered lots of wonderful advice, which is avoid power up and buy power functions. But it turns out you can't on new sets. So we're committed to the new system.
I honestly did prefer the old drive ones rather than the app.
Yeah.
Not that I've used the app, but
I think everyone preferred those.
Yes.
Yeah.
There needs to be an appless version.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I've just got to the last page of the instructions, which is app away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't find it.
Download the app.
I did my first train set a couple of months ago, and I found it pretty easy, the app.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it is nice and easy.
Yeah, but why is it necessary? It shouldn't be there, necessary.
yeah,
at
that's
all.
what I agreed.
And certainly
Yeah.
with the train, after 15 minutes, I think it is, with no input, it stops. You know, if I want to set up a train around my Christmas village this Christmas.
Yep.
Yep.
But using the phone does save a little controller device which has more batteries in it, so you do save on batteries using the phone.
Oh, it's like the old school 70s trains. You just turn them on and listen to the screeching.
Yeah.
It's I've still got actually about 3, I think, trains from the 70s, and some of them still work. And you put them on, and all you hear is.
There are ways.
That's worse than the
a little
ukulele.
bit of
Needs some oil somewhere. I don't know where.
pretty well with the ukulele. I hear they're hard to tune, so doing pretty well indeed.
There's
But
the
a little bit
ukulele.
of oil in the right spaces.
No. Oh, we tuned the ukulele. There's a little thing you put on it to tune it. That makes a huge difference.
That's the important thing.
There's apps for that usually too.
Yes, that's true. Apps for that as well. But it came with a little device that works beautifully to that end. So at least we're listening to random strummings in tune. So
For
Carl,
now.
you were saying about making the 70s trains not screech. What was the...
Yeah, I know it's possible. You'd have to ask one of the train guys to
Right,
get
I'll
the
have to find
specifics
out.
on it. But there
Because
are a few
it's-
little spots where you can, just
Right,
a little
I will
bit of oil in
investigate.
the right spot and a little bit of loosening in the right spot. So,
Yep. Because they're... Yeah. I mean, that's it. The motors are fantastic. They all still go. Like my 80s Technic motor is dead, but these train motors are fine. The problem is the battery cars are dodgy and the wiring is dodgy. So, but I'm sure I could get all of that. But I don't get it out very often because of the screeching.
They're in high enough demand that some of the train guys like to restore them. So, just
Yeah.
for giggles, because, that's what AFOLs are like. So, it's, worth asking around. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
I changed the C battery one train from when I was 12, I think. I managed to get the motor and put it in. It was good.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that worked fine. But yeah, you're
That's
right.
a good idea too.
A little bit
Yeah.
dodgy
Yeah, because
after a while.
it's great fun getting it out, and we've got heaps of the old blue track.
Mm.
So you get a pretty decent layout, covers the living room, but you just have to listen to the screeching, which is, yeah.
You've got a
an
nice
old
ukulele
great,
to listen to.
fragile.
Yeah, that's right. We maybe just need the ukulele playing above the screeching, and that'll make it.
Yeah, that might be what you might want.
Cool. It's been
All right.
loads of fun, guys. Catch you later.
Thanks, Simon. Bye.
See you, mate.
Bye.
Hello, Michael.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Michael.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm just hiding behind a tree here. How are you going today?
Good.
Free with a mermaid, no less.
That's not a mermaid, damn it.
Oh,
Poison ivy. For crying out loud. It's been poison ivy for 3 years. It's been poison ivy.
even I know that.
There's no tail.
Now we're all king shaming Poison Ivy. If she wants to be a mermaid, that's her choice, okay?
She has no tail. I'll send her over to your place to kiss you. You know what happens there.
I've got a thing for redheads, that's okay.
Yeah, good luck with that.
This has gone. This has taken a wild turn.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Do you want me to come back in again? I'll leave and come back
Yeah,
again.
I think we might want to take 2 of that.
Take 2. Yeah, just put me out, wait, and I'll come back.
No.
We're all going a bit crazy from lockdown, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're losing the plot. Yeah.
What are you
I don't
building
know.
today?
Not much. I'm just chasing kids around the house in reality. But I have been building. I've been trying to build for Brick Benton, so I've done a bit of building. So I'm sort of stuck behind half a mock that is in progress.
Are you assuming they'll accept you?
That I'm not assuming, but I'll just build it for me. Isn't that the rule?
Okay.
You build it for you, and then whether you get in or not, it's a different story.
That's right.
So, yeah.
It looks very
I'm
big,
building
you see. I'm just thinking it needs some mermaids if it doesn't have
Maybe I'll get a. I don't know. I'm sure I've got a few mermaids floating around somewhere. There's always mermaids.
We still haven't been able to drop that.
No, it's still happening.
And the funny thing, this is, I guarantee, if someone's recording, since this is going out live, I reckon I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Mugs post later of a replay of what just happened.
No, we don't do that.
I wouldn't be
We don't
surprised.
clip the show, do we? We're not doing that.
Disappear.
We're playing. It's not the game we're playing.
Are these things saved for posterity?
Yes.
Go to
Oh,
YouTube.
gosh.
That's a
Why
problem.
would
then.
you do that?
They're all on YouTube.
Yep. You can see everything.
Oh my god.
Everything.
But,
YouTube.
while,
does
while,
not-
Kate, while Kate's here, I do have something exciting I've discovered.
Oh yes, I'm all ears.
While Kate's here. So, Kate, do you remember your Pirate Island? How you built the solid mountain?
Yes. That is a good builder.
A totally solid mountain. Yeah, just because you wanted to make sure that if you dropped it, it just wouldn't go anywhere. It would just put a hole in the ground.
It was bomb proof. Yeah.
Yeah. But look, I've discovered this part recently. So this Technic part, right? And so I built a little bit of a mountain just to put it in perspective, right? And if I pull out the bottom of it, you can use like so few of these to make a solid structure. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how strong they are.
It's
So
true.
if you can see inside it.
Flex between the
wow.
parts becoming a problem?
So that's what
And
I needed.
They just do not move. So
Mm.
so you just pin them at the bottom like that, and stand them up vertically.
Hmm.
And oh man, they're so strong. And this is like solid as. So there's a good trick for you.
Push
It's good
push
trick.
down on the top knuckle and see. Let's prove that.
Do you want me to do the Kale test where I stand on it?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
We're
But-
waiting.
yeah, basically, yeah. You can put.
You might want to have adequate feet protection.
No. That's going to take a lot of downward force. It's the sideways forces you need to worry about.
Yeah, but because it's all pinned, because it's all pinned, it doesn't move sideways either, because it's a pinned structure.
Okay.
So it's all pinned in, and so you push it sideways or whatever, and it doesn't move that way either.
Yeah.
Maybe we should
So-
adapt those on Lugbog.
Yeah, they're spectacular. Oh my goodness,
Mm.
it's so good. Because normally you stack bricks or whatever, and then the bricks will shear apart and all that
Yeah,
stuff. But these are just so damn strong. So get onto it, and I believe there's bigger ones too. So
Cool.
that's pretty cool.
Thank you. That's very
Mm.
helpful.
I'm like 90% sure they're actually called like the Technic A frame or something.
Yeah, Technic frame, right?
Yeah. But I found you can go from so you can go from frame to bricks very easily. You just get like your these style of bricks, and then just pin them to the top and the bottom, and then you've got like a nice spacing. So you just put it on like.
I feel you need to take it to Legoland, like earthquake plate, and do like the earthquake test.
So you just pin those bricks on like that, and off you go. You can stand it and run with it. It's awesome. Yeah.
Easier to pull
Get on.
apart too.
Yeah, you won't need 4 buckets. You won't need 4 buckets for all the bricks you have.
Yeah, different colours.
And your
Sounds
entire
like
brick
rubbing it
supply
out.
was sunk into the one mob for a couple of months.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And then I'll pull it apart at the end of the year. Then COVID hit. And so what was meant to be only a year build was over 2 years. So
Shall we have a look at some of the Micropolis builds that we've received for the mock comp?
yes, please.
So we've received 5 entries so far. I don't think I'm just going to double check the mailbox again just before I bring them up. Stand by. Yes, so only 5 entries so far this month. You still have up until 4 o'clock to enter, but it won't be shown on screen. So I will share my screen and take you through some of the Micropolis builds. So this is our first Micropolis build. I feel it's very Asian focused or centered, with like a Texi. Like I think that's like a cup. The technology center in Japan.
I love the footbridge.
Footbridge is clever.
Yeah.
And the little garden. And the brick bending for the building. Curved buildings. It's pretty cool.
And all those Mario plates stacked up. Gee, I wonder who was talking about that recently.
Hint, hint.
Spoilers. Anyway.
Didn't he spoil himself?
So this is the next one. It's not quite Micropolis because it's meant to be like a square, but it's the same scale, I think. And it's got a couple of spaceships.
Micropolis is the scale.
Yeah, it's the scale, not the format, I guess. I like the use of the plate shooter part for a building. So it's given that nice window detail. It's pretty cool.
I'm trying to figure out the tree laying down the background is supposed to be like a park, or is that just like some table scraps?
Was that a drill?
Open for interpretation. Sorry?
Yeah.
All right. Next one. We have a whale. Is that a whale? I hope that's a whale.
Is that digital?
Yeah, I believe it's digital. We don't really know. There was no details. That's pretty cool though. It's got a nice use of the parts from I want to say the Pick a Brick Wall because those parts were on the Pick a Brick Wall, but I don't actually know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were.
What kind of
Yeah,
building?
they were
is
definitely
that?
in the pick brick world. I've got a
Yeah.
tub of them around here somewhere. Or cup.
Yeah. But yeah, I love the whale. I think that's cool.
Hmm.
Alright. The next one we have is an Asian style temple. I feel this is very Ninjago themed, like with the Ninjago gold and red. Kind of cool. And then we have the Brick House Lego HQ Eiffel Towers.
Somebody's got their hands on the dot sets.
Yep.
Glittering.
Yeah, I like that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I want. Ooh, actually, that is the dot set, right? So that's using the dots bracelets as sort of theming for the world. So you've got like a bracelet around the outside, so you can pin parts to it. That's actually pretty cool. I've not really seen those dot bracelets used too much. So yeah,
they're beautiful
those
things
are
for
our-
all kinds of purposes.
Oh yeah. I don't have a creative use for them. I'm not that creative to do it. But that's pretty cool. All right, so there are 5 entries so far. So there are 5 entries so far. A post will be put into the Mugs group sometime today. Entries close at 4 o'clock, so I'll put that in, and then everyone can vote on them. So just going through that again, we have this one, and then the Micro City, the Ocean Side City, the Asian temple type thing, and then the Lego Town Center, I guess.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So I'll put a post up in the Mugs group after today's meeting, and you can all go and have a vote on that. And the winner will get a prize for collecting at the next in-person Mugs meeting at the base plate.
Whenever that happens.
Yes. I'm going to leave it as vague as that. I don't know when it's going to happen, but hopefully before the end of the year we'll meet up in person. I'd also like to remind people that the door prize is up on is posted in the Mugs group as well. So you can go and make a comment on that and potentially win today's door prize. Again, I don't know what that is, but just go and make a comment on the door in the door prize. It was posted by Andrea earlier today, and you could potentially win a prize as well. Cool. So that's all my admin duties. We can go back to talking now.
Okay. Have you been building something, Wade? What's your recent activity? Has anyone asked you?
So I did a cheeky thing. So I'm not one for creative ideas because I don't have original ideas very often. But what I've done is I'm just trying to open it with me. So what I've done is I saw a Le Pen build, and I know that's a dirty word to some of you, but sometimes they have original content and creative ideas. So I've gone and ordered the parts for. Oh, sorry, I recreated the build in Studio, and I've gone and ordered the parts in Lego and recreated the whole build in Lego. So as soon as I can share my
Isn't that kind of what Leppen do all the time? So it's probably all right to do it in reverse, isn't it?
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So what it is a book. So that is the standard book. It's meant to be the Iron Man book. So Le Pen's version has all the Iron Man minifigs stored in a book with the Iron Man on the cover. So I recreated the build in Studio and ordered all the parts to recreate.
Good.
So,
How many
That's
Iron Man
nice.
figures do you have?
Iron Man, how many? All of them?
Yeah. Yeah, how many is that? Will they fit in that, or are you going to need multiple volumes?
Yes. I haven't actually checked that. Probably check how many there are. The book can hold.
So you might want to double or triple your order, depending.
The book can hold 52 Iron Man figures, and I believe there's about 50. So it should be enough at the moment.
Okay, cool. With some space
Yeah,
to
at the
move.
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't had that many individual suits of armor. But certainly,
Yes,
to
we
add in
have.
the other figures.
No, there's
A
like,
lot of them are double ups. Like he's been in a gazillion sets, but quite often we get doubles.
No. Oh yes, but no. Let me bring up my Iron Man list.
Oh
If
no,
you
I trust
include-
you. If anybody here knows, it's you. I'm just thinking of the tub I've got on the shelf that's just Iron Man figs that I've gotten. So
All right. So for anyone who doesn't use it, I recommend Brickstock. Brickstore, sorry. Brickstore is a application where you can list all the figures and Iron Men and everything. According to my list, which was updated about a month and a half ago, there's 51 suits of armor and Tony Stark's. So the suits of armor include things like Duplo Iron Man, the Micro Iron Man. It also includes War Machine. So the 5 different versions of War Machine, Tony Stark, and I've included Iron Spider as well, and all the different sort of variations. So and the different versions of Tony Stark as well. I don't know why I've got him there twice.
Have you
So, yeah.
installed the new? There's don't forget that also you also have the Pepper Potts armor and stuff. If you want to class
Yeah,
that
so
as
Rescue
cross
is in there. Yeah, Rescue, the
Iron
two versions
Patriot,
of Rescue is
yeah.
in there. Iron Patriot. It doesn't have
Can-
the advent calendar Iron Man yet.
Hulkbusters,
the
you're
ones
putting
from-
those on the list?
I did have the
Wow.
Hulkbusters in there at one point. There's 4 versions of Hulkbuster. Yeah. And it's like the what if Iron Man armor. That guy. And he comes with a different version of Tony Stark as well. So yeah, I've got all of them. So there's more than, now that you've brought it up, there's more than 52 versions of him. So I'll probably need to order another book at some point. But I just wanted to recreate the book and see how it is first before I go and spend more money.
It's a good idea. It's fun.
That's my thing, as well as the various little collections of crap that I've got going at the moment.
Maybe you could have different book covers, like changing over time as it's progressed, and so you can have the older figs versus the newer figs in the with the different designs,
doing-
slightly different designs.
I'm doing books for each of my collections. Wow, that doesn't really
very
work with the green screen. So that's the colored collection, and it's a book. And I've got a book for the 1x1 printed tiles. So I eventually hope to have a library set up of all my little things that I've been collecting over lockdown. And throw them off. So a library for the maps and the newspapers and the shields and stuff. I'm attempting to collect all of the Lego shields that have been produced in minifig scale. So there's 209 of those at the moment.
That sounds expensive.
Don't start on that. Each minifig shield averages around $7.
Ooh.
like that's there are some that are like 20 cents, but there are some that are $30. So
Yeah.
they average about $7. And people are laughing
Accounting
at-
for the outliers.
Yeah. But there's some that cost 10 cents. So that sort of weighs it out, doesn't it?
Collect those.
That's my little baggie of treasure at the moment. That's 79% of the shields at the moment, and I'm just sort of going.
By your commitment.
So where do you draw the boundary on what counts as a shield, though?
Don't really have it at the moment.
I mean, we
so
included
I'm
Duplo
including,
Iron Man as an Iron Man suit. So
yeah, but I'm not including Duplo for the shields, or Hero. Bionicle shields, because they call stuff a shield, but it's not really a shield. Like it's in the shoulder piece, but they call it a shield.
the Nexos with the various designs, or no?
I have all of those already. Yes.
And Captain America shields, given that we've
All
had a
of those.
bazillion of those.
They have 12 so far, including the new ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's basically I put a what's the wrong button? I put the design number of a shield in Bricklink, and then it brings up what is available under that design number. And as I said earlier, I've got my want list set up.
Yeah.
And there's currently
You do
100
sometimes get double entries.
Oh yeah, I know that. So I've excluded those, and I'm not doing any stickered parts. So I'm only doing printed, or printed or non-printed, like plain shields.
Yeah.
So I've got everything.
So we've got
from
the dimensions in there.
dimensions, the round shields, the triangular,
Yeah.
the weird ones that came only in Bricktober sets. And then there's like
That's your outlier right there, isn't it?
Oh no, there's a few of like the outliers are collectible minifig ones actually, for the most part. They're usually super expensive. So yeah, I'm just sort of going through and working out how much I want to spend on each one and if I have it or not, or if I want to pursue it or track it down. And there's some that I just won't get because it's over 11 on Bricklink and they want $30 a shield for, and they have nothing else of interest in their store. So yeah, so that's what I've been obsessing about. Yeah. Yeah, so that's it.
So are you doing a book for those as well?
I haven't worked out how I'm going to display the shields because there's some that are. Where's the shields? So I've
We
included.
need a spinning Captain America shield, and on one side it's Captain America shield, and the other.
The big shields. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I'll display them. Yeah.
Captain America shield, just saying.
But there's not just Captain America
book
shields
with
yet.
You just big dome, and you can hang and display and rotate.
See, I was thinking Viking ships and doing like a wall of Viking ships and having each shield on the side of the Viking ship, but then it just works out to be too big to display it.
No, because you only need a key section of the ship, and you can go as long as you want. Like you can kind of fake the length.
Yeah, but I'm not that creative, Kyle. Okay. I don't know.
Just a fancy little bow end and a fancy little tail end, and you're done. And then you go up to your next level. You can be that creative. You can.
I've done that for my newspapers, like a bookshelf with the newspapers. but then I realized that I don't have enough space on my shelf for all the newspapers. So I don't know.
Just extend the shelves.
Yeah. I just need to make more shelves. See, I want to try and keep everything in minifig scale, so I can do like a little scene or something, and have like a newsagent or a museum with all the shields or something like that. And it's hard when you try and keep it at that scale.
And 209 of them. Yeah.
That's where it gets problematic.
Yeah.
And that doesn't. Sorry, the 199 shields doesn't include the Nexonite shields, and there is 120 of those. Just the Nexonite plates.
Which you've got all those.
I have all those, but there are additional ones now.
But
So
taking away the individual print designs for the Nexo shields, you've only got, I think it came in Pearl Grey and Dark Pearl Grey, wasn't it?
oh no, the Nexonite.
Yeah. But like,
green screen.
what they connect to is only in a limited number of colours.
Pearl Grey, Dark Gold, Pearl Gold, and something else.
Yeah.
But
So
these
it's
are
like,
classed as Nexo shields, Nexonite shields. So I'm working through those as well. And that's just working out somehow to display everything all at once is hard. So yeah, just got to come up with a creative idea.
Good life advice.
In trouble. Oh dear. So yeah, I'll work it out. I just for money as well.
Yeah, definitely. You got it. That's the one.
Hello, Amy.
I was about to mute them out. Trying to get the little one to do chores, apparently. That's what's going on back there. They say hi, Amy.
Hello.
The internet.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, they can hear you.
Waiting for Amy to come in. And when are you getting your Lego out of my house?
Oh, yeah.
One thing at a time. We've got to get the little one into clothes. Yeah, one thing at a time. I did actually open up some of the lug bulk and start a little bit of sorting. Because only you and me ordered these, and I'm using these for structure. So.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it would be nice to have my corridor back. I miss being able
yeah.
to slide up and down the corridor in my socks. So.
Yeah. I imagine there's quite a lot of volume there.
Yeah. It's about the same volume as last year, but it's more boxes, more parts. Because we've got more.
You can always
small
just
parts.
sort it all and get it done, and then just hire Ubers.
I have thought about it. It's I don't have any weighing machines that are accurate enough for the small parts. A lot of the large parts, though, do have the exact number. The way they've sent them out, they are labelled on the front, which does make some of the counting easier. So yeah, I got in there and I took out the big ugly, like the big parts. So I've started on some of the big parts where there's,
the easy ones.
There's at least, well, there's 3 of us in the windows that are waiting on bricks from that. So, and probably a few more watching. So hopefully. In fact, while I think about it, I will open it up. The moment lockdown breaks, we just need to get in and sort it. That's I think the current plan.
Yeah.
Well, we've never had our lug bolt come so early, and we can't access.
I know. They've been locked up for so long.
I know. I went out of the way to kind of make sure it would get here early, and then bam, it's like yeah.
The irony.
Yeah.
The irony.
Oh, I know. I know. Yeah. The moment lockdown breaks. The moment it breaks.
Boom. Yeah, get out of your house.
Yeah. Just need some accurate scales. Could probably do it while
Yeah,
watching,
and
binge
the
watching
counting
something.
scales of the go, you get a good set of those, and man, you get through it pretty quick.
Yeah.
All those little pieces.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's some definite value in having a set of those, I think, because they're not you can get some reasonably priced ones like $20-$30 on, but
I've thought about them.
Not sure which
kitchen
ones are
scales
good.
just don't do it.
No, you can only do the big stuff on those at best.
Yeah.
Even then.
Yeah.
And then you don't do
2x4 bricks. That's where you've 2x4 bricks are a common element for lug bulk, and they're pretty good with those. You're way up 100 or a certain amount of them, you know, like 50, 25, whatever, you know, breaks down well. And then it's accurate enough for that. Any pair of kitchen scales can do 25 of them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But you need some help though. There's a lot of moving and shifting and making space and moving boxes. Just moving the boxes around and getting into the boxes and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, like I did it specifically because I wanted the Technic bricks, you know.
Yeah, which bricks are those?
Just finding
Which bricks are those?
The 1x16 Technic bricks.
Oh, 1x16. Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit left out here.
Your bag is waiting. Your bag is, you were the only other.
I'm like at the bottom of the pile. I'm at the dregs of my bricks, my Technic bricks right now.
Yeah. Well, you're making do with those little A-frames there, or little Technic frames.
Yeah, the square frames. Yeah, they're awesome. Bring it on.
Yeah, see.
Yeah.
Whereas Hogsmeade here is going to have a whole bunch of the 1x16s to give it the structure as I go up. You know.
Yeah.
And burps. That was the other one I needed out of the this year's log bulk.
Yeah.
Because makes going
We
up
better
and giving it the
get to Kale's house soon, or we might build an entire mock out of all the log bulk.
No, you take it long enough and I'll have gone in there and sorted them all because I want my parts. Yeah. Like I looked for the black panels too, you know. Another easy one to sort. So
Kale has his own lug bulk. It's not Mug's lug bulk, so he's playing with his own lug bulk parts.
Oh yeah, okay.
No. I break it down simpler than that. For those playing at home, there is, I think, 5 different lug bulks, 6, maybe even 7. It's a few lug bulks operating here in Melbourne for the various AFOL communities. I'm only one of those. Mugs is another, and then we've got probably a half dozen others. That's probably actually kind of accurate too. So,
yeah.
Well, that got me wondering actually how many we do have happening in Melbourne.
Yeah.
It spreads the load. That's the point, though. It spreads the load. It makes it easier.
Yeah.
None of them are individually overwhelmed.
Yeah, well, I've always wanted the groups to work together so that we can have choice of 450 parts. We all order different sections, then bring it all together. 450 parts. You think about that. How amazing would that be?
Insane.
We just need to just need to get a few.
No, I'm seeing the logistics of sorting them right now.
Well, you just thought that you spread it out, spread it out, make it happen. It'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
It's amazing it.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit of a dream. Who knows?
Sounds very expensive too.
Yes, indeed.
I'm wanting everything. Give you
Yeah,
nothing
so
to
what-
compare to for the next year. You'd have all the pieces.
Well, I've already
So
done
you-
my
are you-
shortlist for next year, haven't you?
I never know.
You never know what's on it till you get the list. The list is sometimes very
So-
disappointing.
An interesting thing that I was told recently is the Orange Spaceman was never meant to be a part of Lug Bulk.
Oops.
So last year's Lug Bulk,
Shame.
Orange Spaceman
I
accidentally
wonder
made
if it was.
Lug Bulk. Never meant to be made.
I wonder if
Lug
it's
Bulk.
internationally the most popular piece.
Oh, they have
reckon
popped
the
up
Focus had
everywhere.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Lego? Could you imagine Lego when they get the global Lug Bulk orders and it's like 5 million spacemen? Bill, you had one job. You had one job. Seriously.
Yeah, I'm thinking of that face palm emoji right now.
Yeah, could you imagine?
Yeah.
I can see the other conversation happening. How do we catch these lug bulk flippers? Orange spacemen. If they turn up on Bricklink, that's when the attack
Yeah.
lawyers come.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah.
They've all been.
I don't know.
They've all been marked with infrared pens. About to show up. Yeah.
No, it's pretty, like, I don't know who else spends way too much time on Bricklink, but I know I do. And I've found stores with bulk amounts of them, and, like, you do not get bulk amounts out of them out of the books, you know?
No.
1 or 2, okay, maybe you had a book. 50, no, there's only one place you got them.
Yeah.
I agree, Carl.
The factory store.
Yeah.
Unless you're in, like... Anyway.
Yeah.
So it is fast approaching 4 o'clock. We might wrap up the stream at 4 o'clock if that's okay with everybody.
Yeah.
So is there any?
Who is that? Is that someone
we
from
have
under their
one.
desk calling out?
Yeah.
So is there anything any Lego news anyone's excited about coming up?
Oh, the multicolored sets was interesting, but I know you covered that probably earlier, didn't you? That was an interesting one.
Yeah, we had a look at that. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually
you like the
sent
idea?
I actually sent email customer service that idea back about 5 years ago. Or 6 years ago.
So it takes about 5 years for our
Idea?
ideas to be sorted out.
I sent
multicolored
sent
set.
customer service. I'll show you. It was like one of the first Lego sets I built back out of the Dark Age was the this jet. You remember this jet? The blue jet.
Yeah.
So I built that Lego. I built that back when that was around. Sorry. Oh, that
What
one.
colours did you want to do?
And I sent Lego customer service. I sent them an email and I said, "Hey, it'd be really cool if you issued the same sets, in different colors, because you've gone to the effort of designing the set, and it would be pretty easy to just substitute all the dark blue for all dark green or whatever, and that would be exciting for AFOLs and that because you've done all the effort in set design, you've done whatever, and if you can just easily substitute the colors, all you got to do is do the production run and done. It's like an easy way to put out another set and more colors and more parts in colors that maybe certain people want. And that was my suggestion 5 years ago. So I don't know
what I'm surprised about is what I'm surprised about is the Stratocast Fender is actually coming with the red and the black guitar in the box. And this would be a perfect example of dropping the price by $20 and having you choose the red or the black. I mean, what are you going to do with half a shell once you built it?
It's black. You make Batman.
But like, it would have been, I would have preferred to have that set $20 cheaper without those bricks in it, and being able to choose the red guitar or the black guitar.
You
And
can
that's,
even have
that's
like two boxes with different insets, like the normal parts and then the rest of the parts, and they're like joined together in a paired pack or
It's
something.
very tiny though. Like I'd much rather have something that is kind of can pass for a real guitar. And it wouldn't be that tricky. Yes, you'd have to pick one color.
A Kale scale guitar or a normal size person guitar?
Normal size, which would be Kale scale, I guess.
But this
Normal
is
size,
one,
you know?
1/4
As opposed to
scale.
one that like you know.
Like I could see them trying to do it and then incorporating like an iPhone app in the guitar, so you learn to play guitar somehow like that.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's the route they would go. Maybe, I don't know.
I'll stop with all the apps.
See, it writes itself, doesn't
Killing
it?
me.
You get the Guitar Hero keyboard that you can insert in there, and you know,
Well,
the
they had
karaoke app.
Lego Rock Band, didn't they?
So,
Yeah, they had the,
I think it was a Rock Band DLC, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, Lego Rock Band. They had like the whole Rock Band thing for Switch, and you had your band. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't be that hard to incorporate something like Defender into a Lego Rock Band.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I congratulate Lego on creating an immediate aftermarket for rare sets by releasing it in UK only. So they've just blown up that market.
I actually have grandparents who live in the UK, so I might be able to get them.
Get them to start sending you packets of Lego.
Yeah.
They're going to be worth a lot of money, I think.
I'll definitely get start
RIP your inbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Zabi was shipping to Australia for the blue Fiat, but now that's sold out, so we're not able to get it here anymore. And the Fiat is probably the one that I wanted to get the most, if any. If I had the choice of the yellow or the blue one, I would have got the blue one.
Yeah, me too.
When I bought it, I've got the yellow one. So I don't really have a huge need to buy the blue one, but I would have preferred the blue one.
But you do now. Now that it exists, you want it, don't you?
Well, the blue one is more, I think, is a palette that's more usable in parts anyway. Whereas the yellow one don't really have a use for yellow parts. So,
What blue colour is it?
sorry,
What blue is it?
light bright blue.
God help us. Oh, yeah, blue. There's variations of blue. It's crazy.
It's light bright blue.
Okay.
Hold on, let me get my book out.
Which blue? Yeah, go on.
I lose track of them.
I'm consulting the color book.
Consulting the color chart.
Bright light blue.
Bright light
That
blue.
one. That one.
So many blues.
Outside, yeah. What's that? Is that a flower piece? What piece?
Yes, there is a flower, or two flowers, a plate, and a triangle bit. The cheese slope and the tile only come in the new Fiat, which is really annoying me. So I need to wait until Bricklink sellers get the stock, or bricks and pieces gets updated with the parts.
What?
No.
The color's not too good there.
Light blue. Or like aqua.
Is that?
Yeah, but there's a medium aqua, there's a light aqua, then you get the bunches of turquoises, and Bricklink sellers can never tell the difference. Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna shots fired out there. Okay, done.
Just
As
sort of
somebody
10 of
who's-
each
I've
color
been
and
trying to
hope
get
that they-
medium azure recently in the right quantities in the 2x2 wedge plate, and I keep getting sent the wrong colors. So
How many times?
yeah. And, well, it's a larger medium Azure mock, but
Yeah.
I keep getting sent colours that are close, but not that. So,
Have you tried like ordering directly from Bricks and Pieces and just get Lego to decide?
Bricks and Pieces is not a user-friendly website, so I do tend to avoid it. But this is one of those ones where I think it's time. Yes. So yeah. So yeah. Using Bricklink as the standard is just not as friendly.
Yeah.
So
For the colours, I did a similar thing after Wade started that naming system. And as a new person to relatively new to this operation, it was very, very. I use it all the time as a practical thing. So, what is that colour?
It's
So
just
that's my
helpful
colour
to have
chart.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've nearly finished. I've got a couple of missing colours, and there was one or two names missing from that set of names that you started, Dean, to do. But it's been pretty good. I've just got a couple of colours to get: chrome gold and light nougat. A few hard ones to get bits of.
Yeah.
And I've also got the ancient one because I went through that bulk lot of old stuff. I managed to collect a couple of the old ones. So that's my discontinued colours. So I've got the current colours and discontinued colours on separate plates.
Nice.
I've got a few of these discontinued ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of about 20.
You got the various shades of yellowish grey in that one as well, or is it?
I don't have, of the discontinued ones, I have very few. I know there's a couple more colours. Dean got, I got Dean to do labels. He did about 80 labels, but he did miss a few. He missed at least 2 current colours, and he probably missed discontinued ones intentionally. I think he didn't do all the discontinued colours. He just did a few of them. So there's probably quite a few discontinued colours that are not on that set of names.
Yeah, so the story behind it is that list started as a list of colours from monofigs. So it was only originally the 43 monofigs, and then I wanted to expand it, and yeah, it didn't quite work out like that.
For the unaware, Piron Colour List is a good source of the actual colours. I just dropped the link in the chat there. But Piron Colour List can give you a pretty much complete list. Not 100% complete. I'm not 100% sure if it is. But both old and new colours there, their RGB values, their CMYK values.
Here's a idea for Lego. If they just release like a little box with 2x4 of every current production color, that'd be a pretty cool little extra you'd throw in your shopping cart, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but there's a few that don't come in 2x4, so they'd have to add.
No,
new
but that's the trick. Maybe they got to stamp some out and put it into the color sample. So all of a sudden there'll be like, some obscure 2x4 color that everyone wants to buy this pack for to get a large number of them.
Well, the brick figure, the brick
I think the
figure
cheese slopes, the 1x1s and the dots. They come in
Sorry?
every color, don't they? That's the most common. No. The cheese slope, I think, is the color, the part that comes in the most colors.
Not trans.
Or the 1x1.
I've not seen trans in bricks. Not all the trans I could find in bricks.
Trans don't come in bricks very often.
Trans neon orange, very few parts.
Yeah.
Not so much in bricks.
Yeah, is Richard about? Is he in the chat? He'd know.
Yeah, trans doesn't come in because the polycarbonate they use in trans bricks has a grip power, and it breaks or stresses the bricks, so they don't make a lot of trans parts like that. That's the reasoning behind why they don't have bricks in trans. And that's why they don't do minifigs in trans very often. Or at all.
Yeah, I had a look into it. I settled on 1x4 bricks for my chart because that did a fair few of them. Not everyone. You could do it, but I wanted something a bit bigger than just 1x1s, so I could have a good, accurate color chart. But then with the pearls and that, I had to go with plates or plate type pieces rather than bricks for the silver, for the metallics, the pearls, and the trans ones. I've got plates rather than bricks mostly.
Yeah, it gets hard to track them all down eventually.
I've been finding them. Sometimes I find them in sets because I don't have as many parts as some people perhaps have. But even in the Harry Potter one I was doing, I got 1x4 and I went, "Oh, new color!" So I took it out and stuck it in because they sometimes put because of to make the instructions easy for particularly kids to read. Halfway through a color, a brick that is not showing a model inside one, they'll do it in any sort of color. And that's where I've sort of found the odd bit. Oh, there's a color I want. Got the viewers and that out of the middle of other sets.
Yeah. I stuck with 1x1 parts, mostly because every 1x1 part in a set usually has a spare. So I can still build the set, pull the spare 1x1 part out, and add it to my color chart if I need to. And based on the sets that I've bought this year, you can get every production color almost in 1x1 parts by doing a spare part.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why I did with 1x1 parts.
Yeah, and you've got them in a little book, which is easier.
Yeah, and most people have their 1x1 part box that they just throw parts into. So it's easy to ask mugs or friends, can I go through your 1x1 round tiles and just try and pick out the ones that you need? That's what I did in the start when I started this whole 1x1 obsession. Just go through various mugs.
Yeah, I think I have one or two I gave you,
Yeah, thank you. So, yeah, it's just...
I got one of the maps too, but you probably already ordered it.
I actually have, I need about 5 maps now. Finding the right stores to order them from at the right time. Yeah, all right. So I think it's about time to wrap up. We're a little bit over 4 o'clock now. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who has joined us on the stream and commented along in the chat. It's been really great to chat with everyone again. And thank you for joining us. And we will be doing this again, well, hopefully in person, but based on coronavirus numbers, etc., probably online for next month. But we'll let everybody know on the Facebook group. But yeah, thank you, and keep an eye on the Facebook group for updates.
All right. Thanks, Wade.
So running away.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
See ya.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.